Hi, I'm Jeff. Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
Hello there. This is General Kenobi. Hey, this is David from Black Spire Broadcast.
Hey, I'm Todd Freeman, also known as The Toad.
Hey guys, Officer for Collectibles here.
Well, hey, I'm Seth. This is Rogue Squad Garage.
Hey, it's J2SO.
This is Joel Hawsey at Hawsey Custom.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Yo, this is Evan the Collector.
And you are watching the Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
And you're watching Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
Join me and together we can rule the galaxy.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge. What's up, Spice Runners?
What's up,
Another
guys?
Friday night. Man, that intro always hypes me up.
Yeah.
I love that ending, the ending climb that's in it.
Yeah.
I just like it. And then I like hearing that bowl when it says volume 2. That's my favorite. But
It's
yeah,
cool
I
with
absolutely
the
love
Falcon.
that.
Yeah, with the Falcon behind it's really cool. Yeah, I like that.
It timed perfect with the way Eben turned and it did it and just the music and all that. Yeah, it's cool. See, I got goosebumps. That was cool. That was cool.
I feel like going to Philly and running up the steps for a Rocky. Well, all right, guys. Welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge, where we hang out and talk dank Barrick. I'm your host, Eben the Collector. Today we have Scott Berry, J2SO,
right.
Joel,
Right
half from Hawsey Customs, and a guest from Sifcast, Sean Solo.
John Solo.
Hey, Sean.
Always a pleasure having you, bro. Always.
Dude, appreciate it. Yeah, Evan's like, dude, we got an open mic. Hop on. I'm like, all right, cool.
Heck yeah.
And you have a Rogue. No, was it
Rogue Squad Garage? Yeah.
Yes, shirt. I love that shirt.
I want it on your guys' show.
I love that shirt. I wore the hell out of it.
Yeah, man, it's cool.
Yeah. So what's new, guys? What's going on up there in the week of Star Wars? Since the last time we spoke. I know you guys were on Sifcast the other night. I was flying back from DC when I logged on. I was like, my ears are burning.
It was perfect timing too, because Sean was totally talking shit. It was awesome.
It's like, I thought you two guys were sexy, but Eben, that guy.
Yeah, right.
He's like, I better get on before it gets ugly.
What?
That's funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, so let's see who in the chat real quick. So we got Jeff Rody. Let's see what he's saying. Dank Barrick. Hope everybody has a good week.
Hey, Jeff.
What's up, Jeff?
Got Sean Solo.
That guy.
Got Alan. What's up, Alan?
That guy.
What's up, Jason? Time for some spicy Friday. Yep, some Friday night spice. McFly. You got Dennis from Puerto Rico. What's up, Dennis?
Hey, Dennis.
You got Rogue Empire. What's up, Nicholas?
What's up, Nick?
Oh, Nicholas, I got that poster. Thanks, man. Got Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Got Eric. What's up? Got G2SO saying Friday. Got Coy. What's up? We got Flex. What's up? I think Flex is going to be on the show with us next week.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to make his YouTube debut.
Sweet.
Ooh.
And they got Benjamin and Robin. What are the Bowmans?
Hi, Robin.
What's up, Bowens?
Probably sitting next to each other.
Every time I see Benjamin's name, I want to go Benjamin. I just always want to do that. I don't know why.
That's funny. You got Mark. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, Jason sneaking to watch.
Yep, sneaking in, sneaking out.
Thanks, man. Show. You got Marcel.
Yo,
Hey, Marcel.
Chewbacca reading newspaper on a toilet bust.
I know, right? Yeah.
Fuck the world.
I know, because I put a poll up. I'll talk about it later, but I put a poll up about that Chewbacca bus, and that was his quote.
That's awesome. Got Sean Miller. Sean spells his name the wrong way.
I know. I'm a product of my parents.
That's awesome. Yeah, Jose. And we got Candy.
Hey,
over
Candy.
on Facebook. What's up, Candy?
Good to see Candy.
All right, so let's quick hello to everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Good night.
Good night. Show's over.
It's like Sean ruined it.
So yeah, there's just a few of us tonight. Jeff is off celebrating his anniversary, so happy anniversary, Jeff.
Happy anniversary.
You
and
mean
he's
he
still
actually
alive.
ditched the show for his anniversary?
Absolutely.
Jeff, come on, brother. Come on. Where's the loyalty?
Well, it makes you wonder. Either they're just married or they've been married a long time. It's one of the two, right? It's not the in between.
Or she bought a really nice outfit.
Yeah,
I don't blame him for that.
Like, I spent all this money on this thing. I better wear it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
No,
awesome.
So it's been an interesting week. I was in DC this week, and I think in the pre-show I was talking about a little bit, but like I always turn on my TV and I look at the YouTube notifications.
Right.
And then I saw that the Sifcast was live, and I'm like, ooh, let me go jump on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, are they talking about me? Because I thought I heard my name, and that's why I was like, yo, my ears were burning.
Only good things. Only good things.
No, but that was funny. No, it's good to see you guys on there.
We just understand it, I guess. I don't know.
You guys are so weird.
Understand it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I need to take a drink. I'm dehydrated.
All right, so that's another thing. We need your help out there to come up with the word of the night. Unless we can come up with one and everybody can vote on it. Something like that.
Yeah, I met up with PJ today at Galaxy's Edge, and it was so hot. So hot. And the first thing, and PJ looked like he was already a little like toasted from the heat and from the drinks the night before. And I was like, let's go get some drinks, dude.
He's like, oh,
He's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to explain that to his wife when he goes back to the hotel room.
Yeah, he's probably not used to that kind of heat, right?
No, it's hot.
I don't think
dude.
anybody's used to it unless you live there. And still, even if you live there, you're probably complaining about it, right?
Yeah, where's PJ from?
Jersey.
New Jersey.
Oh my God, yeah. What a difference.
Yeah. So he went to the armpit of the United States down to the foot, right?
Yeah. The hot foot of the country.
It's just Florida is just that leg, that one leg that just kind of sits there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hot though, but we grabbed the blue milk with the rum and hit it for a little bit, try to get some shade. And then I think I got him in trouble because they were supposed to leave at 2 o'clock p.m.
Oh, jeez.
And his wife was just like, "Time to go."
Yeah, I think we've all done that. You're having fun, you're doing something, and you're like, "Man, I really need to leave." And then all of a sudden, it's like 2 hours later, and you're like, "Oh shit, I should have left." Oh well.
Yeah, but that's every Wednesday night on Sithcast and every Friday on Spice Runners because we all have a plan. We're like an hour and a half and we're done. It's 3 hours later and we're still
I
going.
know, right? No,
Yeah.
man, it's
Right,
like
it just keeps
well,
going.
like, and then the after party goes another hour and a half to 2 hours or whatever. So yeah,
Something like,
but it's
oh, yeah,
always
you
a blast.
can
I look forward to Fridays so much because hanging out with you guys in the chat, all that stuff. It's always a blast. I always have a good time.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, so today's open mic, guys. If you're in a Facebook group, the StreamYard link is there if you want to hop on and just hang out.
Yeah.
So feel free, don't be shy. You know, if you've never been on YouTube, might as well just do it once, you know. It's like swimming. You got to try it once.
I know. So, Eben, is it the blue milk or the green milk? Which one do you like better?
I like the blue milk.
Really? I like the green one.
Because I like it with the rum.
Okay, what's the
I don't
difference?
drink, so I have to drink.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
one's more citrusy. I think the green one might have more of like a citrus taste to it.
Yeah, the green one has tequila in it, doesn't it?
Does it? Or I don't think they're not all spiked, are they?
Well, you can buy it with and without.
I probably bought it without with the kids.
I'm trying to figure out what they're milking for that.
I didn't want to get the kids drunk.
Sounds like, wait a minute, did I drink alcohol?
Yeah, I have. It's very rare though. I did at my daughter's wedding, so it was like.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did you do it right before you had a speech, so it came out all slurred?
There was no
and screwed up?
speech. I let my son-in-law's dad do the speech. I was
You're just like, honey, your room is now part of my collection room. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, speech is not for me. Like getting public speaking, like I could ride a bicycle in front of 30,000 people and not bat an eye. But if you get up to speak, I'm like, nope, I'm done.
You know, I was the same way, but with this job, I just find myself doing that when I need to do it. And you just, if I was like, hey, Scott, go up there and talk, I'd be like, no. But because of the job, for some reason, I just do it. But speaking of like weddings and that, I was best man with a buddy. This is when I was younger. God, how old was I? maybe 20, 21. I might have even been 18. I was hammered at this wedding. I thought the bar was closing. It was a free bar. And I'm like, I'll take 6 beers. So I took all 6 beers and I go walking in a dining room hall and it was like a record scratch. And you're like, oh, yeah, these are all for me. So it comes to do the speech. And it's the most slurred speech, but it's the most beautiful speech. And everybody's like, oh, my God. People are crying. This is amazing. So the next time I became a best man again, I'm like, I have to be wasted to do a speech. Yeah, that one didn't work out so well, just to say. I go to put the drink down, and it's in between 2 tables, so it just goes and shatters on the ground. And I'm like, yeah, I love
Muzzle tough.
Whatever.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. So I learned my lesson, and it's like I learned my lesson for me that I'm better off. And same thing when I'd go on stage to perform, staying away from nicotine and caffeine and booze, because any of that stuff in my system, when you get nervous, it amplifies. And that's when I would have the problem. So that was my lesson in life. I just thought you guys should know that.
Yeah, I don't drink at weddings anymore. Last time I woke up somewhere else.
Wedding crashers all over again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was at my cousin's wedding in Cali, and man, I was just buying drinks left and right. And I was just downing scotch like it was no tomorrow.
Jeez.
And next thing you know, I wake up in another room that my parents took me to somewhere else. And I'm like, where the hell am I? And then my nice like white shirt, that I was supposed to like take back because it was a rental, was all like vomited. And I was like, yeah, I'm never doing this again.
Next week.
Yeah,
next week, right? Yeah. No.
But
Usually
yeah,
for me, my biggest thing at parties would always be, at some point, somebody would be like, Scott. And I'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, where's your pants? Because the thing is, my shoes would be back on, no pants, have a shirt on, whatever. So stop doing
awesome.
that too.
What's up, Santino? Yeah, so I guess we can get into some collecting stuff. Did you guys talk about the MFA Vader on Sifcast? No? Well, let me bring it up then.
Yeah,
this thing is badass.
It's pretty sexy.
I usually don't splurge on big ticket items, but this one I'm like, shit, I think I'm gonna spend some wedding money on this thing. So.
Dude, this thing's sick.
I want to see a real version of it. The rendering is one thing, but man,
it's a good price too.
Yeah, it really is for a 1/1, right? Yeah.
The vomiter.
I actually like the other statue, the New Hope statue there.
Oh, the one on the side, yeah. I think that was the last pre-order they had. I don't know if they have any more open on that one.
Yeah, that thing's dope.
But if you bought this pre-order, then this one you would have got a discount on too.
I got you.
It's everything.
Sorry.
So cool, man. That box being beat up, his chest box and everything.
Yeah.
Freaking cool.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the back? Do you think the cape should have been a little longer?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they at least did the tear in the back, which is kind of cool. If I would have any complaint on this, and it has nothing to do with this piece, it's that when they did the slice, that they went too high, in my opinion. If they had done the slice more like the Ahsoka Vader that they did in Rebels, I think I'd dig it even more. But this is definitely a beautiful piece. There's no question about it. But that would be my only complaint, is that it's so high up on it, that it's like it kind of takes away from it.
Yeah, Santino says it's only a render, so
okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you think about it, if you were slicing like that helmet, and you were just going to nick it, you wouldn't have that deep. It wouldn't be that high up on the top of his skull.
Right.
Because that's like you're almost going directly at him. Like you would have cut his head in half.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
But it is killer that they've got this where you can remove the dome and you can see the back of the head too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing's nice.
It's very cool.
Oh yeah. But I'm like, man, I already have like the sideshow one. And I was like, do I need 2?
Yes.
Because
it's totally different.
Do it.
Totally different.
I know. I have my life size. I'm like, I'm gonna put it right next to my life size with him. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's different. It's an open face, Vader.
That's the thing, is
different look.
We finally see Hayden. It's a Hayden Vader. You know what I mean? Which cool.
And you probably won't see a licensed version of this either.
No. besides the Hot Toys, that's it.
Yeah.
Right, especially with all the details this thing is going to have.
Yeah.
You got the saber cuts there on the cape.
Back of the cape. It looks really cool. But yeah, it would have been cool if the cape was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But you know, again, that's a bust. That's their way of doing it.
It might change by the time they put it out. You know what I mean? Like they're saying, it's a rendering, which is the tough thing is you have to put down a down payment, and then you put down a payment during like the prototype, and I kind of want to see the finished before I pull it. You know, like with the Clone Wars sideshow figures. I was like, oh yeah. And they put up the final product. I'm like, Joel, just make me one. Never mind. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's a risk you run, right? You want to see the finished product and make your decision, not give us an amazing, beautiful prototype and then go, yeah, we're just going to cut corners and this is what you get.
Yeah, and we got your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you run the cape along the back, would you guys go all the way to the very bottom of the base? I think I would.
Yeah.
I may bring it in.
It's interesting how they did it because it kind of V's down, right? Instead of it being blocky. Like the one that I want to do, shoulder armor, chest box, but it would all be even at the bottom. I wouldn't do this. So it's hard to say because the front of the cape that looks about right? The very front corner. So maybe even back to there. I don't know.
It's weird though, because this front view, I actually like the angle, the way the cape's cut and draped over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And honestly,
kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like we're going to be looking at the back of this thing a lot, you know, unless you have it on a rotating Lazy Susan, which most people won't because it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
Check out Alan's comment here. He said if the cape were cut like a triangle shape to give the silhouette would look dramatic and great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said, it's the prototype. They could work on it.
That's awesome.
And the spacing's good. Like how we were talking about the Hot Toys had that big gap. We all kind of had an issue with. If they keep doing what this looks like, it looks really solid.
Yeah, I just wish it was in the show they had brought it down a little bit. That's all. Then you wouldn't have that issue, even with the Hot Toys piece, right? Because it would have stopped at a certain point. Like it was cut on the face, not from the top down.
Right. Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, because you just, like I said, you wouldn't be just nicking his helmet with your saber. Right there, you cut into a skull.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that is. I didn't even think about it until you mentioned it, Scott. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't work right.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for, or you just saved me like $1,400.
Yeah. Well, here, this goes back to something else. It's like you get something in and you know it's not going to be perfect or anything like that. But as soon as you see something that is totally not perfect, it drives you insane. And then you can't look at it the same way.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's badass, man. That's
I'll take it though. It's awesome. Yeah, look at that. Man.
He's like, thanks, I hate it. Well, what's cool is you can display it different ways. You know, you can do it with the helmet or just with the front face piece.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like those options. I actually like it without the helmet, like the dome. Like that last one looked good.
Marcel, Vader looks like he maybe tripped and fell. No, Vader is not Frankie. Just so we know.
Oh,
that's funny. Oh yeah, we need a word of the night, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Just need to make one up.
All right. Give you guys 2 seconds. Do a hashtag if you got an idea for the word of the night. If not, we'll come up with something and take it from there.
Because my drink's getting lower.
Yeah, right. It's a beautiful piece, though. It actually is. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
You just want to kind of just rub your hand across that, right?
No.
Dude, that texture's so cool.
Oh, man. What do we got? Hashtag stairs.
Yeah, right.
That'll
Vader,
be a fun one to incorporate. Hashtag drink.
My bastard. Nice one. Hashtag bastard.
No, it's the top view. I think it's the first time we see the top one.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag your mama. How's that one?
That's cool.
Drink a piece.
So I get why they did the top cut, you know, to give him that his scar, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, if the saber hit there, it's slicing.
You cutting you right in half. Yeah.
Not dragging down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obi-Wan purposely was like, and
Yeah, stand still. I'm just gonna go.
Right.
Just a tip.
I need to give you that iconic mark. Hold on.
Yeah. Just a tip to see how it
He's
feels.
like, just
Come
a tip.
Just the lightsaber. See how it feels.
It feels a little good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Sophisticated.
I'll let you guys pick the word. I think I picked it last week.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you can see some burns. That's cool.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I know, man. This is gonna be crazy.
You're gonna get it, aren't you?
I don't know.
Well,
I like it a lot. I can tell you.
I know we didn't get to pickups yet, but I know a few people on this group got some good big pickups last week, so it's a little tough after that, huh?
It with anything like the thing with the Star Wars stuff and most collectibles, but especially with this, you'll get to a point where you're like, okay, what do I want to do next, right? What do I want to put my money in? What am I looking at? What do I really, really want? And then you're like, okay, I'm going to go for this or I'm going to get that. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, something shows up like this or whatever, and it's available now, and you got to order it next week, and you're like, damn it. You know?
Right, and that's a lot of it's like that too. There's all these third parties doing these things, and you gotta NYC go put your deposits down, and now this guy put your deposit down, and it's like back to back to back. Next week is gonna be Regal Robot.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Hashtag payment plan.
Hashtag payment plan.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing, too. It's like certain payment plans may come up, and you're like, yeah, I could do that, and then that's awesome that companies do offer that. Trust me, because it's like the Merlin ad I'm getting, I could not have done if it wasn't a payment plan. So I'm totally with it. But once you're into one payment plan, then another thing comes up, and you're like, oh, man, I really want that,
Next
too.
thing you know, your payment plans are $1,000 a month.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Or you forget about it, and you're just like, check your credit card statement. You're like, holy crap.
Yeah, because Sideshow doesn't tell you no more that they're shipping that stuff.
Right. Jeff Rody with hashtag like.
I think I like Peace. I think I saw a few for Peace in there.
Peace, yeah. You guys want to go with Peace?
I like Peace.
Baby.
That is a nice piece, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice piece.
There
There it
you
is
go.
there.
All
Thank
right.
you so much, Matt.
Peace
All
is the
right,
word of the night.
Peace.
Peace.
Cheers.
Yeah, Santino has a good point right there. Says, don't fall for the hype. Stick to your budget.
Yep.
Whatever.
Stay focused, baby.
Well, I'll see something, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, I really want that. That looks gorgeous,
Because this really is a nice piece.
Yeah, there's another one.
Touche.
Here it comes.
Not going to make it tonight.
Like I was saying, I can't do a $1,400. I don't have $1,400 to throw at this, but if it was $400 now, $300 in October, $300 in January, that makes it a lot easier for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the reality, right? Because you look at it and you're like, I can't afford $3,000. That's exactly what I'm going to say on that beautiful, Tuscan piece. I caught myself. But it's like when you stop and you think about it and you bought a $300 helmet here and you bought a $300, $250 hot toy here and you bought this and all of a sudden you're like, oh, shit, I did pay for that. It just depends on which way you shift and what you're trying to do and what's the most important to you. I mean, I'm guilty of buying anything I like. Those little those lightsaber toothbrushes, I had to have. I probably spent $30 on the 3 of them, but I had to have them because they were so cool. That type of stuff, you got to decide.
That new
what
action fleet shit.
The micro machines.
The micro squadron. Yeah, that stuff's fun too. Yeah. But then at the same time, I'm like, do I want a full-size stormtrooper or sand trooper or snow trooper?
All of it.
I want a Vader, and I'm like, oh, that's at least $5,000, $4,000, $5,000, and then I'm like, yeah, but over time I could do it.
Look how wicked this looks with some red lighting.
Yeah, that looks badass, man.
That looks sick.
I just picked up a file of that helmet, so I'm going to print it out and see.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I showed the guys earlier today.
Even that would be cool, Joel. Even if you printed out that helmet like in 1/3 scale or something, and did like a little mini bus with that, that would be sweet. That would be sweet.
Would you do 1-to-1, or would you do like quarter, 1/3, like Sean said?
I could easily do quarter. 1/3, I could do maybe 2.
Quarter would be awesome.
So if people in the chat, if you're interested, you have to join an MFA group. If you're not in a group, let us know. We can give you an invite. $13.99. For the purchase, not bad.
It's not bad, no.
No, that is a good price, but geez,
That's not
where would I
bad at
put it?
all.
I
Yeah,
can't go down
$400
that
for the
rabbit hole.
first deposit. Yeah, it's just huge.
It's beautiful. Hopefully it stays that way or gets a little bit more whatever. I mean, as is, I think everybody'd be happy with it. So as long as it stays like that or gets better, you're going to have nothing but very, very happy customers. Does anybody know, did the other piece, is that done? Do people have that? Sorry, I didn't even realize I said that.
I know.
Do other people already have that? Have they done any reviews
Are
on
these
it?
the
Is it
only two
still-
things they've ever done?
I don't know. I think they've got some other stuff here, but the first time I saw this group is when they did the New Hope pose, the quarter scale.
Yeah. I haven't seen anyone review it, though.
No.
I haven't really looked either.
So we don't know what it's actually going to come out
Awesome.
to be.
My pleasure, Matt. Yeah, so yeah, we don't know yet. So I've been like scanning this Facebook group ever since I've been in it. Be like, all right, let's see.
Yeah. What do you got?
Let's see if any of those
asking for
other
a
stuff
lot.
comes out. Yeah, Nicholas is the one who actually brought it up to my attention the other day. He's like, "Hey, did you see this?" I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcel instigating.
Yeah.
I know. I do. I really like that A New Hope statue.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So
Well,
yeah,
it's iconic. It looks nothing like them, but it's an iconic piece. I remember having Star Wars sheets as a kid that had that image on it, and then it had some other things, and I don't know. It's just, they were cool. They were very cool.
Yeah, I got some Fison bodies and made some 1/6 scale ones like that.
You know what? I did
cool.
see someone that did 1/6 of that pose.
Probably me.
Was that you?
I did it. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that thing's sweet.
Yeah.
Speaking of that type of stuff, the little whatever you call them, Joel, those little Grogu Boba Fett. Dude, those things are amazing. Yeah. I absolutely am in love with those. See, there's another thing. I'm going to buy this, but then Joel does something like that, and you're like,
Yeah, that's cool.
it looks like J2O's eating a piece of something.
The Vader head.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, the blue eyes look good.
Yeah, blue eyes look the best, I think. A little boba.
That looks really good.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to get one of those for the Niner. They're beautiful.
Do you have like a Mandalorian armor?
I could. I mean, this is Hot Toys.
That's Hot Toys?
Yeah, it just fits on there.
Wow.
It doesn't close up the back, but here's his cape. This is Hot Toys cape.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That
No
looks
one else
awesome, dude.
would put a Hot Toys armor on a Baby Yoda like that.
Only someone who has a bin full of that shit.
That's funny.
Not afraid to experiment either. That's the thing. I'd be worried. Oh, I'm going to ruin this.
Absolutely. I'd be terrified. I mean, I'm terrified sometimes posing them. You're like, oh.
I cut the arm off of a Death Trooper just the other day and put a robotic arm on.
Oh, no.
It's behind me right here.
Nice.
Sean just had a stroke.
I did. It was like, oh, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been working on that Wampa cave diorama this week. I started shaping the foam and trying to figure out how I'm going to lay it out before I start painting it. And then eventually when I get closer, I'm going to hit you up on that figure. That's Hoth Luke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Look at that little sneaky bastard.
Yeah, let me know if you need any. Let me know if you need any tips on the stalactites and mites or whatever.
Yeah. I'll definitely hit you up because I know you were telling me some stuff about some aluminum foil and stuff. We had talked about a little bit.
It works wonderful.
Nice.
Frankie, you should come on, hang out.
Come on, Frankie.
The link's there, baby.
We'll see if we can get you to fall in your bedroom this time instead of the hallway.
Right.
Dude, I'd fall like a Plinko chip if I fell in my hall.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my God, dude, that would be disastrous.
Oh, it would. I've got a whole bunch of those gentle giant things hanging on my wall.
Oh,
in the hall.
Damn.
I totally spilled my drink with that because I could just see Joel going ting, 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 ting.
That's what I would do.
Oh, that's funny.
Frankie's playing World of Warcraft.
Oh, man.
So
Lame.
Yeah,
it's not Diablo. Come on.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So you guys want to go talk about what we picked up this week?
Sure.
I guess I'll go first.
Yes.
I can't pick it up, so I'm just going to show you right here. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, those are sweet.
They are sweet.
Yeah. Are you going to A table in between them?
I am, yeah. I think I'm gonna order another one from Regal Robot.
Okay.
And then you need to take that Greedo and you need to get in your suit and you need to take a picture with that.
I am.
But this is better than the couch you had in there, right?
Oh yeah, way better. Because the couch was oversized for this room. The thing was humongous because it turned into like a queen size bed.
Right.
Yeah, those are nice.
These things are beautiful.
I watched.
I saw Regal Robot wanted to take your photos to use for product advertisement with those.
I was like, go for it. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, well, look at Frankie here. What's wrong with you, man?
You look like
you should put a blood stain on one.
Host, man.
Exactly right.
Between two Cantina Chairs. Welcome.
Nice.
Hey, when you get your Yoda, he can be like interviewing you.
There you go.
Yeah.
He can be like what's that? The Between Two Ferns, just insulting me.
Now, Evan, I watched your unboxing on this. Did you say these are pretty light?
Yeah, they're pretty light.
Nice.
Yeah, I was able to carry it for the most part or around the garage into the front of the house. I just needed my daughter to help me to tilt it into the house.
Yeah, they look good.
They do.
They're good. They're light. They're maneuverable. We have tile floors. I think most of the Florida homes are like this. Mm-hmm. They just slide around. I can just slide them around and move them real easy. Yeah, they did a good job. I think it's worth the price. Some people are giving me crap about the price, but I don't have the time, I don't have the tools, and it's American made. I'm more than happy to pay what I paid for it.
It comes down to, do you accept the price? Yes.
Yep.
Do you want it? Yes. Then buy it.
Yeah.
If you can make it, go make it.
Yep.
Leave it at that.
Whatever you can do.
Do you like coming home from work and it's sitting at your doorstep? Yes.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I was on a business travel and I saw it via the Ring.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the best.
You're like, speed this up. Let's go. I got chairs waiting.
Yep.
You can also show off Janine's new piece.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I holding it right.
There it goes.
So you want to talk about it, Scott?
Janine's trying to do a 1-to-1 Ahsoka right now, and she's piecing it together, and we wanted the belt. And Eben hit me up today, and he's like, hey, you still want that Ahsoka belt? And I'm like, yep. So Eben picked it up for us.
Nice.
Which is really, really cool, and this will go on that mannequin. And just kind of, start building it and make her a little bit more complete as we go. So, again, really appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Oh, no problem.
Word of the day.
That's a nice piece.
I think I said it how many times?
It's gonna be a nice piece when you're done with it, Scott.
I got some pieces here that I gotta give G2 a soda tomorrow too.
What was ET's favorite candy?
Oh wait, you're getting that?
Yeah. So I have
nice.
I had those a few years ago, and I had to sell them, and I won them in a $20 raffle. So I had to sell them off. And I have, I don't know if you can, what the hell am I doing? So I have Fives and his helmet there, because I found Fives by himself on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
And I found them on eBay and for $200, so I'm like, well, I'll grab them. And I was like, I'm going to clear some stuff from my collection. I was like, all right, let me see if I can get rid of Fives so I can just get the double set from you. So I got to box them up. I sold them on eBay, unfortunately. Fucking eBay.
Dope, dude. Congrats. That was quick.
Yeah, I got to box them up so I can grab the double set.
Yeah, I'll take those tomorrow.
But
when we go watch Rogue One.
I got that and
what are we watching? Andor? No, what are we watching? Rogue One.
Rogue
One. Andor.
Our friends are so bad. They just constantly hurt us.
What's up, Benjamin?
Hi, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Hell yeah. Sound good.
Yes, we can.
All right, awesome. I haven't seen you guys in forever and missing you guys. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, so now you need to catch up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I was already drinking before the show, so you guys are behind.
Nice.
That's
nice.
funny.
Great to see you, man.
Thank you. Robin's not on tonight, but soon she'll be back on.
That's cool.
Cool.
We'll take what we can get, damn it. No, it's all good, dude. It's always good to see you.
It's all good.
It's always good to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in. So I think that's what I got. I got something for me, for Scott, and Jason.
That's just so cool. That's so cool.
So what do you got, Scott? Anything new?
I'm trying to think. Right now, I think I'm trying to get focused in which way I want to go, because I definitely want to do a Vader bust. So I'm trying to make a decision on the shoulder armor with who I'm going with and that. And then, of course, the box, and then I got to do the soft goods. But then at the same time, I'm like looking over at the RS side. I was talking about this on Sithcast, and then I'm like, oh my God, that Stormtrooper, that Snowtrooper, that whole costume looks amazing, or the bust, or whatever. And you're like, okay, focus, what are we doing? And I'm kind of like in that mode of trying to pin it down to exactly what I want. This week, with my first vacation ever, I've got a list of projects that I want to try and get done. So that's my first thing. But we did get some pieces for the life-size Han that we're doing. So it was I think it was a Ruby's outfit for $200, which is pretty good.
Nice.
But then we replaced the belt out, right? So we got a new belt for that. And then we just got the pieces. Janine found it on Amazon that fit in the belt, like the droid collar and all that other stuff. And they're resin. I'm impressed with these for $40 or whatever they were. They look great.
Nice.
And then we've ordered the macro binoculars or whatever. Those are coming from Etsy for him, and then I think he'll be more or less complete. We need to fill him out in some areas and things. The Ahsoka mannequin we have, I'm tempted to chop her feet off because she's too tall. And then see. But one of the things I was going to ask any of you guys out there that have mannequins or do life-size things, it's figuring out, I guess, the other ones of how to hold them. Some have like stems that go up the bottom of their foot or in the back of the calf or in their back. What's the best way? Because the last thing you want to do is spend money like on boots or something and then drill holes in them. Yeah. So I would think, I'd be curious, what people are doing that. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's just trying to... Oh, and I got the Ruby's Han Solo blaster because I watched Jen's paint it, and I saw another guy, Models by Chris, who does amazing work, did the same thing, and they both look great. They're not accurate, but they look good, and I got that for this mannequin.
Nice. One for my brother.
No, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
If you do have to put holes in any of the boots, do it in the heel.
Right.
If you remember the little throwback, Gareth Edwards decided in the bottom of the Stormtrooper heels to go ahead in Rogue One and put peg holes in the heels of all the boots, like his action figures when he was a kid.
Gotcha.
So
that's funny. That's very funny.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something you can do too.
It's like Jeff says, Craig, I know he's got a lot of experience. He does. I also watched him drill a hole in a mannequin's ass, but whatever works,
Yeah.
I don't even want to know that time.
Oh, you getting called out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
It's one of those words you don't even realize how much you actually use.
I know.
You think back to E.T. and you're like, Reese's Pieces,
I missed the word. You want to spell it? Because I didn't hear it.
Peace.
Doesn't work. It has to have an extra S on it.
Okay.
Yeah. I see Janine has been going to town on those 1-1 scale.
She's psycho, crazy, awesome. That's all I can say, because I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have thought of doing it. And all of a sudden she's like, I want to do it with the Royal Guard. And you're like, damn, that looks really good. Yeah, and then she found that costume. She's like, okay, I got a mannequin coming, because they're not expensive for what they are. And you're like, okay. And then you start looking at it and you're like, okay, I'll invest money into this too, because it's looking that cool, We're just having fun. The next is the Emperor's thing. The Emperor's robe is what we're looking for.
So
keep
anybody has...
Yeah,
Scott, I thought I saw that today on Facebook. You know how the ads pop up, and the Disney shop popped up, and I saw the black robe, and I was like, "Oh, I think that's the Emperor." It was like $99, and I click on it. It was just a regular black robe, though. It wasn't the Emperor. Yeah, because I was gonna hit you up with it, but
I appreciate that, man. Anybody that sees that or knows of somebody or want to get rid of it or whatever, please hit me up, because that's high on her list right now, is the Emperor's robe.
Oh, thank you. Rob just
they only had stuff for kids today when I was at Galaxy's Edge. The black robes for kids.
They don't realize that us adults like to dress up too, like Magic Mando, and walk around the house. Come on.
Yeah, and everything inside of Doc Ondar's now is like Ahsoka and Kylo Ren. I think they had a Rey and just a regular Jedi robe.
Yeah.
So they did change up the clothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the question is, like, are they going to continue to do that one robe or not? Or is that done? Is that it? It's gone.
I don't know, man.
Sean says he needs a mannequin for his boba.
Yeah, you do.
Boba costume.
Yeah, I wish I would have known a few months ago, because those things were hanging there for months, man. Like, they couldn't get rid of them because they were so expensive.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? Is that you'll see them, and all of a sudden you want it, and then you go back for it, and they're gone. You know?
Yeah.
I wish you guys were actually closer by, because we, maybe 8 years or so ago, my dad bought all the contents of a Gap when they moved.
Yeah,
so we had 20, 30 mannequins, some soft and some of like the hard busts on like really cool stainless steel stands. So
yeah,
I still have like 6 or 8 of them, but I don't have anything. I don't have any costumes on them at the moment.
You just have naked mannequins in your house?
Yeah. Well, they're in the corner of the photo studio, so it makes it okay.
Gotcha. It makes it okay.
Yeah,
it's not like a scene out of Westworld or something. Or,
right.
Yeah. Fembots. No. Okay, I dated myself with that one, but yeah.
I do actually.
Right? See, Joel knows.
I do want to.
myself too.
I know. I do want to make a really cool slave Leia display on one of them, to show it on like a really nice matte white bust with all the 3D printed stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, nice. Were you able to find the outfit?
I haven't started yet, but that's one of the things on my list.
That wouldn't be hard to print.
I wouldn't think so, but I want to do it instead of just painting it. I actually want to do it like gold leaf, or I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be awesome.
Just to do it a little bit different than anyone else. Do it as gold
and
leaf
then
and distress it on top. Yep.
Yeah.
So then the next question is,
instead
with the
of just paint
mannequin,
and rub and buff.
Right. With the mannequin, would you go skin color? Would you go white? Would you
I
go
want to
black?
stay white.
White.
Yeah. I actually personally I like the museum look.
Right.
That's awesome.
I think it, instead of the uncanny valley of trying to make it look skin tone. I mean, it's already headless, so. But I think that looks really cool.
I agree. It looks classy. There's something about it. It looks classy.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
It doesn't hurt to have a slave Leia costume around the house. So.
Right. Especially I just had a weird thought of Benjamin in it. That's
I just went south.
Yeah, I did, right? Just right out. But no, that would be awesome, dude.
I think it'd be cool to display. I'm trying to think of some things that fewer pieces, but some really cool stuff here and there that I haven't seen.
Well, it's like the same thing with anything that has a robe in it, like even a Jedi robe or the Emperor robe or the Royal Guard, that kind of stuff.
The Royal Guards are cool because it's such a rich color.
Yeah, and you only need the half bust because like the pole to a base or mic stand, which is what I used the mic stand.
Because it just drapes over it.
It drapes down.
You're not going to
so you
see
don't
anything.
need the whole thing. Yeah.
No.
Exactly, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I feel like that's how we're starting to go. I mean, Benjamin, for your Scout Trooper RS, is that all packed up, or do you display that on anything?
I'm scared about it. So you guys only see one window, but we live in a loft, so I don't have like many interior rooms. So like we have like 16 windows, and I'm just worried about the UV light yellowing it. So I keep it in a Pelican case, which I know is a bit, I hate doing it, but I get it out and look at it. Now I have the Shore Trooper helmet is out right there.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the Shore Trooper is out, and I'd like to get more busts, especially more of the Rogue One busts, or at least helmets. I want to get the I can't remember all the names because I'm all Shore Trooper, but like the white AT-ACT and then the
tank driver.
Yeah, that white one's nice.
So the white version of the Shore Trooper helmet, and then the other completely different one from the AT-ACT AT-ATs. So.
Nice. That's awesome. And who would you go with? What manufacturer? Do you have one?
So I don't think I'd go with another Anovos. I was looking at probably like a Sean Fields version 2, but yesterday or day before, Someone posted who's been working on a really, really accurate 3D print file. It's like $22 on Etsy. I'll share the link with you guys later, but it's also mostly fleshed out in the inside also with 3D prints, and it has the trim underneath the helmet. So it looks pretty cool. I'll look at the options.
Was that the McFly prints?
No, I think I took a screenshot of it though. Maybe I still have it on here.
Is the trim underneath part of the helmet, or is it a separate piece?
It's a separate piece.
Walk into that one.
Yeah. No, you said pieces.
No, it's still piece. I was just teasing with you.
Robin brought me a Guinness, by the way, so it appeared on the camera. So
you go, Robin.
Now, Benjamin, do you have any intentions of like that Anovos Blue Leader X-wing helmet? Because you said you wanted to get the Rogue One line.
I do, but I have a lot of hard feelings with the Novos, so I'll probably anything helmet like that, I'll go through RS, even if I have to then modify it myself.
I got you.
So
what about the new Novos? You still have a heartache with them?
What's still? I don't want to rustle any feathers, but it's still, as long as some of the same people are still involved, at least to some degree, any degree, even if it is just a background role, then you're still, it took a lot for me to get my money back. So,
oh wow,
yeah, as long as they're still benefiting from it, you shouldn't have to go all the way to the Disney legal team to be able to force your money back.
Jeez, is that bad, huh?
Jeez.
So
that makes I totally get it. Totally get it. And that was
off
nothing...
the air. I can tell you a few things, but I don't want to do it on here. But
no,
I know a lot of things that I haven't shared, and I don't want to share dirt on there. But there was a lot more to it than that, and
that's fair.
Oh, that's
fair.
Spice of the Runners Lounge, baby. That's the spice we're looking for.
Yes,
it's Friday.
It'll be the after spice. Okay.
You scare me. You scare me now because I'm waiting on my Jango Fett helmet, and I'm just like, am I gonna get this thing?
Evan, we gotta start a Patreon. $5 a month, you get to come into the Spice After Lounge.
Oh,
and hear all the good talk.
Right?
Only Spice.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be it. Record the after parties.
Only Spice.
Yeah. The only spice.
Connor
I'll make
from
the logo for you, all
Concon's
right?
Cantina.
Yeah.
Connor from Concon's Cantina has a Patreon, and he has something like that.
That's
where
fun.
you just go in there and rant. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Well, it's like before the show, most of the stuff is said, and then we get to the show, and they're like, "What do you want to talk about?" I don't know. That's what kind of happens, right? Then after the show, everybody's had a few drinks in them, and they're about as loose as can be, and they'll be like, "Let me tell you this story." Okay,
Yeah, and I'm like a bull in a china shop in this room.
Yeah.
I knock shit over.
That's funny.
Awesome.
So Jason, any new pickups for you, man?
So I'm getting that Echo and Fives from you. I can't wait. Those are some of my favorite figures, man, and I love Clone Wars. So having Fives is cool, but dude, the both of them, Phase 1 is just so classic. So thank you.
Yeah, man.
I had all that crazy stuff on this week with some family stuff. So I've been all over the place with that and work, but I'm got to get with Joel. Joel's been working on some stuff that I'm still trying to get with you. I don't know if you have it with you, but you were making me a random ship, but you're making the side.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, that'll be. So he has like she's almost a quarter scale of a side.
She could be. I don't know. She is a little bit shorter.
She's a little shorter, but she's a little thing. But so that'll be cool because
it's definitely bigger than the 1/6 scale.
Yeah. So Jeff got his 1/6 Cantina band. I'm like, man, that would be kind of cool to get like a Psy or something. So
I don't know where the joke came from, but I sculpted the butt cheeks on her.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, we absolutely love that about you, Joel.
Yeah.
All the details are
You're
in
the
it.
one who gave me the idea.
I know.
Boy, that's some piece of ass.
Does your occupation
we got a little bit of a
passport say butt cheek sculptor?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm getting pretty good at it.
We're just talking about the back. You haven't seen the front. Just wait for that.
When you travel, business or pleasure, I'm sculpting butt cheeks while.
Exactly. There's an art to it, man.
Research and development.
It's got to be perfect so that you can take your ATM card and just go.
That's my side piece.
Oh, dang it.
Nice.
We're all going to be playing Plinko tonight.
Right.
Ding, ding. I'm going to be going the opposite way because I'm on an energy drink. So.
Yeah, me too. So
Cool. Yeah, Jason, we're gonna go watch Rogue One tomorrow on IMAX.
Yep.
I'm excited for that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've never seen IMAX before, so that'll be freaking awesome.
I've never seen a movie in IMAX.
What?
So I'd be curious. No.
Yeah.
So
I don't leave the house
either.
Yeah, so we didn't see Rogue One in IMAX before, and we were kind of thinking maybe we had too much going on, and then they opened it up as a 501st event on actually all weekend, and we're available Sunday. So we're going to go up, Robin and I's Imperial Officers, and we're going to watch it in costume.
Dope.
Oh,
That's awesome.
So we're
That is
going to go
awesome.
out, hang out out front as guests arrive for an hour or so before, and then we get tickets to go in, so it'll be fun.
You can go be in there like for the Empire.
Yes.
That was a good picture you took of Robin today too, or whenever you posted that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. She likes that. So I have a backlog from just that one photo shoot. We have like maybe 75 photos to post. So she's been like posting one here and there and a different one. And I need to, so I got some new equipment. So I need to take all new photos with, when I have some more room on some different backgrounds. So I'm working on some stuff. I've just been swamped.
Yep. I hear you, man. I hear you. So Marcel's like, boo, no Rogue One and IMAX in Canada, eh?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you live in the wrong country. You live in the wrong country.
Well, I live in the wrong city because they took our IMAX out about 8 years ago. We don't have an IMAX anymore.
Damn,
I don't have one either.
Oh, wow.
And what was crazy, our IMAX theater was at this place. It's called Broadway at the Beach. So it's like just shops and amusement rides. Like it's really popular. And that's where the IMAX theater was. I couldn't believe it didn't last.
Yeah.
I saw Attack of the Clones in IMAX.
Interesting.
I don't remember which ones, and sometimes we watch them in 3D, sometimes in IMAX, so I can't remember which ones I watched in which format. But it'll be exciting getting to watch Rogue One. That's my favorite. So.
I think the last time we were at a theater was Force Awakens. I think that's the last thing I've seen in a theater.
He's like, I'm never going back to the theater again.
I'm going back. That hurt so bad.
Yeah, after I saw the last Thor movie, I'm never going back either.
Right.
Oh my god, that was awful.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
Top Gun was good though.
That was
that was the one I
badass.
saw
I haven't
before
seen
that.
that yet.
I'm waiting for that to hit the house. To
Yeah.
come into the house like everything else does.
It's coming on Amazon now, Amazon Prime. Like they have it where you can like buy it early, but it's probably gonna be you'll be able to rent it soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's badass. So
I go
what's
back-
new with you, Joe?
Me?
Joe.
I don't know. I did this.
Any new pieces?
Touche.
First
Oh,
I still should have patented Force Ball.
let me. Someone got you. Cool.
I got him. Yeah. Look at that thing. My God.
Damn, that's
So-
crazy.
I was following the Brian Matea's art. This guy doesn't want to stay on there, but anyways, I was following the Brian Matea's, and I did this camel-looking thing on the front of it, the camel head with the big floppy ears, and I just didn't like it. It wasn't working for me, and I got on CG Trader, and I was looking up dragon heads, and I found this woodland dragon, but I put the hair on it and stuff like that. I painted it just different. I did it at work on my lunch in a half an hour.
Oh my gosh. Damn.
Half an hour.
That sounds like Joel. That's how Joel is. I'll do it during lunch.
Damn.
Yeah. And
I try to tell my wife that, but it never works out.
it's fully posable. That's so awesome.
That's beautiful, dude.
Yeah, dude, that looks
awesome.
What do you got to your left, Joel, standing up?
So that I like the head so much, I made a smaller version of it, and I think it's going to turn into a Krampus.
Oh, nice. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
It's the Kraken.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Not yet.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
General Kenobi's like, that's a hell of a lunch.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick, dude.
Yeah, I took a predator body, and then I took some more legs, and I turned them backwards so the knees bend the other way.
Oh, that's sick, dude.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
It looks like something out of Stargate.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and I did the same head posability. It's so cool.
Yeah,
I hung
that
some
is
little
awesome.
bells on there.
See, like when they did Moon Knight, to have a character that looks like that would be cool.
Yeah.
And then last night I was up in a hotel room, and I did this little dude. I already showed him off, but
yeah, that's awesome. I love those. I absolutely love those.
Yeah, it's like on a elastic, so like a GI Joe, like an old '60s GI Joe.
Yeah, that's cool.
You can do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
but
with
the ears move, and you get so many different expressions out of them.
I need to reach out to that guy. It was on Thingiverse, the file, and I just need to let him know, hey, these are cool. Do you want a royalty or something?
Right.
So
that would be the stand-up thing to do for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But that's all I really did. I've hectic week.
That's all I really did. I just built a car during lunch.
And then this is for Janine.
Yes. Hold on. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Gonna be perfect. Thank you.
I've been looking for that, and I busted it out today. I finally found it.
Nice. I figured you were just swamp busy, man.
Very cool pieces.
Man, I should have put my Depends on today because now I gotta take a piss.
Right.
Eben, can you pull up that picture of that file print that I have of that Darth Vader?
Sure. Let me bring it up real quick.
Yeah, pull that up.
Good work.
I think that was on 3 Demon that I found that file.
Yeah, that thing's cool, man.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. I'll try and print it out. Paint her up.
It's always cool to see what Joel's doing.
Right. Yeah, so you had a question there from Sean Miller. ESB or Return of the Jedi, Joe?
For my favorite film or what?
I don't know. Explain, Sean.
Explain, Sean.
Favorite film for me is Empire Strikes Back, but
Maybe he's asking which boba you like best.
Oh yeah.
Oh, probably Boba. Yeah.
That's so the Hot Toys parts that I took off that's Empire Strikes Back.
Got it. And then Roadhouse asks, he wants a Cartman.
Cartman, what?
From whatchamacallit?
South
What is
Park.
it? South Park. Yeah. South Park.
BK.
Little round guys.
BK.
I want my cheesy puffs.
Who did that?
That was
perfect.
good. Sean.
That was perfect.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
I'm trying to bring these print files up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Yeah,
There it goes.
Mm-hmm.
They look good.
Nice.
And it's something you bought this week?
Yeah, off of I think it was 3 Demon. I buy a lot of files, so I don't know.
It looks good, man.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to do this.
Now, Joel, would you be able to add that to like some chest armor and almost make like a mini bust from like below the chest box up?
I'm sure I could find files for all that stuff. I know they exist, so
I would be interested in that.
What kind of a bust? What size?
2/3.
Quarter.
Nobody does 2/3. Do 2/3.
Quarter scale, 1/3.
I could do quarter scale easy. And 1/3 I could probably push too.
Wow.
That'd be cool.
And see,
Go ahead.
right there at the top of the helmet where it's kind of all shaved off and stuff, probably have to put something in there to make it look good, like some wires or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, what is your preferred bust size is what he's asking.
Double D. Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, my brain was already there, Sean, so it's all good. Yeah. It'd be 1-to-1 if that, but if it was the other, then yeah, exactly what Sean said. So. Or should I just say it doesn't matter as long as they're there?
There's
As long as you're willing.
Yeah. PJ.
We were hiding in the launch bay because it was so hot.
Damn.
See, I wish the launch bay out here would open back up because I can totally tell there was a tie sitting there, a full tie.
Oh yeah, they got
the
some
TIE pilot on the right. Looks like it.
Yeah,
and that was the one that I was looking at when I was looking at RS's site. It's like to do the tie bust and you add it all together compared to actually doing the whole outfit. It's within $100 of each other, I think. The whole tie outfit.
Sean Stone was asking me where my chairs at. They're over there.
Nice. Are they comfortable?
Oh, so comfortable. They're nice.
He's sleeping in them tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put them together and just lay down in them.
You're pretty tall though. Your feet will be hanging off.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to put something in the middle.
I pulled this bad boy off the printer too.
Oh damn! What size is that?
That's 1/6.
Oh, damn,
That's
dude,
1/6?
that's awesome.
It's the same as the one that I did before.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah, I thought I'd do another one.
I thought I would do another one.
Bam.
I like it when he just starts ripping the supports off of it.
On his lunch break. He's going to do that on his
Yeah.
lunch break.
Yeah.
2 is 1 and 1 is none.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I'll probably offer it up.
Yes. I mean, So, Mr. Sean Solo, any new pickups? Any new?
The only thing I got last Saturday was the NYC ATST, this chicken walker. So I pre-ordered that.
What size?
Oh, I got the studio scale. That collector scale is way too big.
That's the one I pre-ordered. The
If I had
collector's
to,
stuff.
but my problem is, if I had the space, I'd be like, hell yeah, get bigger to better, give it to me,
Right.
But that's the
Where
only
have I
thing
heard that before?
I know, right? I thought you said it was a good size.
Liar.
You'll always go bigger, is what you're saying.
Yeah. But I picked that up, and then I'm going to be buying the Chewy bus next week.
Oh yeah. So what's the winner?
Well, that was the thing. So in our Facebook group, I put a poll up asking, who likes the roaring bust or the regular bust. Tom chimes in right away. He's like, I like them both, but I would go with the regular one. And this is Tom Spina.
Oh, wow.
The maker of it. So he's just like, yeah, I like the regular one.
I'd vote for the regular one.
If I was going to
one's
have
winning
one,
out.
I'd probably go the regular.
Yeah,
me too.
So
is that what you're thinking, Sean? You're going to go with that?
Okay, here's my train of thought. So they're going to go with the regular one because I save a K.
Yeah,
okay, now speak to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the regular bust.
Give me some piano music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could totally do it.
So I'm going to save a few bucks on that. And then I think I'm going to take that extra money and I'm going to put it toward the Emperor's throne chair.
There you go.
Or a bowcaster.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get the chair. I was like, because it's going to go pretty well in this room. I just got to take some measurements. And then if it looks like it's going to fit, I'm definitely going to go that route.
The Emperor chair is dope, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Now you
Evan's
sitting
got
on a
it,
director's
loves it.
chair?
Yeah, I've got the Empire Strikes Back director's
Yeah,
chair.
okay. I don't think I've seen that before, but I saw the peg sticking up.
Dude, I'm telling you, this thing's so comfortable to
Yep.
stream in because I sat in other chairs for 3-4 hours and your legs are numb when you get up. This thing's chill.
I have one of those in my office.
Tailbone. My tailbone kills me on this.
Because you've got the stool, right?
Yeah, so I love the behind the scenes stuff. I need to customize a few of my Apple boxes to look like whatever they used on screen.
Nice.
So that would be pretty cool.
I do like these from Regal Robot because if I want to change out the Empire Strikes Back, I can get Blue Harvest or Jedi and just get it in the same color. Yeah,
you can get the whole pack. They have a pack now where you can just swap them all out.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I might do that. But
I bought the high one for my office because I have a standing table. So I bought the highest director's chair they had, so I can just take a little break and then stand back up.
Yeah,
But they're so comfortable. You're right, man.
They really are.
Evan, they really need to make a Spice Runners Lounge version.
Ah.
Yeah, you can just screen print that. You can make it.
Yeah.
That'd be quite a cool piece.
Oh, nice. Good one, Scott.
Yeah, and it was funny because today I was at work and then I was on the computer, so I was life-size measuring my wall. I was doing a diagram in my computer, and I was putting the bestas that I'm going to buy, and Chewie's going here, and this statue's going, and I was trying to measure everything out. And so I actually clipped out pictures of the Chewy bus roaring and non-roaring, and I put them in the diagram just to give myself a visual. And honestly, the regular version looks better.
It does, man. It's nice.
And this whole time it was like roaring, roaring, roaring. And it's like, I'm going to get the regular version, save a few bucks, put it towards that chair.
Absolutely.
I think
that's more than half that chair.
The roaring one would look good if you had like an action scene in your diorama or whatever.
I actually called Regal Robot today because I was curious about their payment plans because I've never used a payment plan on there. And I wanted to put down more money than they usually ask for the plan. She's like, oh, no, once you get it started, you can just throw money at it. So,
oh, that's cool. That's cool.
You know what I just thought of? I don't think a single company out there, collectible company, has like AR kit functionality. So you can like use your phone to see what it would look like and fit in your space. Do you know how awesome that would be?
Sideshow, it has it. Well, they have the box size, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what I mean, to like basically show it through the camera because it
I
uses
know.
the sensors on your phone. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That's definitely something you don't realize with a lot of things that you're looking at until you see them in person, or somebody puts something in reference like a hand, or not the apple, but you know what I mean? Something there you're like, oh crap, that thing's really big or it's really small or whatever, you know?
Yeah, because
like that Chewy bust, I had an idea, but I didn't realize how big it actually is until I was over at Sean's place, Sean Stewart Stone, you know? And you're like,
3 feet tall.
That thing's amazing. Yeah.
It's huge.
Awesome.
It's literally a beast.
It really is.
The only Chewy bust I've seen is a lot of times when we go to some of the 501st events, Angie Mayhew brings her Chewy bust with her.
Oh, nice.
Which is always funny because it's like people are like going up there and touching it. I'm like, no,
yeah, don't touch it.
Stop it.
People are clueless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the Emperor's chair, again, wheels or stationary?
I was going to go stationary, but then I looked online today because I think I was asking you about it, Evan, how comfortable it was. Mm-hmm. But I looked online and the computer chair is actually smaller than the stationary one. The stationary one's a little bit bigger. So
it's wider, I think.
It's all going to come down to if I could fit it in my space, and then it's not going to be like in front of a computer. I'm kind of using it just to chill out and watch TV. So I probably want to go stationary just for the visual. Mm-hmm. But I think the computer chair is smaller, that I might have to go that route. So I just I'm going to make big decisions this weekend because that's what I was telling my buddy. I was like, man, it's like buying a new car because I'm spending this much money. It's like, I got to make sure I'm making the right decision.
And the price point's not that much different between the two.
No, I think it's, like a $200 or $300 difference between.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And you can't add the wheels later if you change your mind. It's
because they custom make it. Yeah. Okay. And then the only good thing about the one with the wheels that you can raise it up and down a little bit. The other one's a standard 17-inch seat size.
Right.
But it's a little bit wider. I know it's definitely taller.
Do any of them recline at all? Even just a little bit? Like the one that you have, Evan?
This one reclines, yeah.
Okay. So the stationary one, do you think it reclines or?
I don't think so. I think it just rotates because I actually went back and watched Gabe's video when he first got his.
Yeah.
And he was just saying it's stationary. It just rotates. It doesn't go up or down.
There's the other difference in price then. Have it recline, that whole mechanism.
I think that's more important than the wheels, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, the recliner one has the wheels and that one's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the other one is just goes in circles. That's it.
Yeah, and that's the more expensive one.
Yeah.
I think because it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Yeah.
I went with this one because I'm always moving it around.
Yeah, and then aren't you on ceramic floor too? So you can roll around on it. This thing's going to be sitting on carpet, so I got to just take the measurements and see how it is. But I got, like I said, it's like you're making that big decision. So I've got.
If you're on carpet, you're going to want those wheels.
On carpet?
Yeah.
It'll work.
Yeah.
If they're good wheels, which I'm sure they are, then it'll roll just
well,
fine.
If they have wheels, and that means you could at least change the wheels. So.
Yeah.
True. That's a good point.
That's an option. Whereas if you get one without, you're stuck without. They probably don't have holes to add them. I'm sure.
Yeah,
but I feel your pain. You're like, I don't want to make the wrong decision. I want to make sure I've got the look that I want, the functionality that I want. But do I go with this one because of this? Do I go with that one because of that? And damn it, I'm screwed, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how you feel.
Yeah, because I was going to try to buy. Actually, Tom Spina is going to be on our show on Tuesday.
Oh,
so
nice!
I was going to buy it like live on the show. I was going to ask him some questions about the bust and stuff, and then just go, "All right, here you go." Like,
here's
my decision. Yeah, here's my decision.
That's awesome.
Here's almost all of my PayPal balance.
Right?
It's a lot. Yeah.
I would ask him, which one would you buy and why?
Well, I did, or he chimed in on that poll, and he said, "Go with the regular one." That's his. He likes that one better.
That's the Chewy, but what about the chair?
Oh, the chair? Yeah. I just, I've heard mixed reviews on how comfortable it is. So that's, I mean, Evan said it was pretty comfortable. So.
This one's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, and I have back problems too. And I thought this one is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, like I probably still right now, I'm probably going to go with saving the money. And if I don't buy the Emperor's chair, I can use that money to pay off a statue or something.
Yeah.
You know, try to be a responsible adult once in a while.
Chips all in along with the divorce papers.
No. I am irresponsible adult, and I'm proud of it.
Hey, your wife's an enabler, though.
God, is she ever?
I know.
But it's awesome at the same time, where she'll be like, "Oh, have you seen this?" You're like, "Oh, I got to have that," you know. Whereas normally I wouldn't be looking. But yeah, she finds all kinds of stuff. Evan, with the chair, what's the longest you think you've sat in that chair and been comfortable? 2 hours, 3 hours?
No, I've sat in here a couple hours, probably like 6 hours the most.
That's a good gaming chair.
4 or 5 hours is a typical podcast with the after party.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Hey, PJ.
Special guest.
Hey, PJ.
Cooked and broke.
He's like, I'm cooked, broke, and exhausted.
Oh, I love it.
That sounds like a regular Star Wars collector to me.
Well, that's someone on a Disney trip.
Yeah. That's the truth.
You spend at least $1,000 a day at Disney.
Jesus.
Ouch, yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're there on vacation, it's expensive because you got to eat.
I was there at Celebration, and it was right across the street, and I didn't even go. I've never been there.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Sean, sometimes I hate being a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
That's funny. Too many pieces to collect. There it is. Okay, Benjamin. Anything new with you? Pieces you picked up, stuff that you're pining after?
Not
Why Robin stays in the shadows?
Yeah, not much Star Wars stuff. I spent quite a bit in the last month on photo and video equipment. So
oh wow,
it's not exciting, but
what'd you get?
I have a new video light. So
nice. What brand?
I got an Aperture 300D Mark II.
Damn, dude.
And to go with it, so this is the whatever it is. It's their 30-inch softbox. I forget what they call it. But then I got two more of the 120D Mark IIs, and there's one of them you can see like the light just kind of kicking on here.
Yeah.
So
I'll blow you up real quick.
It's, I mean, you can't really see it. It's off to the side, but I put one over there, and I just put a softbox with a grid, just kind of so it wouldn't be so dark in the background.
Yeah.
So
the Aperture lights are just beautiful.
They are really nice. So I have this one. Now this is the like the 30-inch softbox. I'm going to try and get a speed ring that will adapt because of all the photo stuff, I have a bunch of really nice and unfortunately rather expensive Swedish made pro photo softboxes. So if I do speed rings, I should, and I'm still working on this, I should be able to put pro photo softboxes onto Aperture lights.
Nice.
So if that's the case, I have a 5-foot octabox that I could put on, and then I'd have gorgeous, huge video light. So
always got to step it up. Yeah.
But again, sorry, it's not like a lot of Star Wars stuff, but I'm going to start
you
taking...
lost me at hello.
Yeah.
there was a lot of the
Joel
stuff.
was like, God. Yeah.
But hey, your photos are amazing.
Well, thank you. We're going to start doing some more photos. I have a whole bunch. I need to completely redo my area over here. It's crowded with a bunch of products and stuff I have to photograph for some different stuff. When that's cleared out, I actually have some new flooring that I'm going to put down, temporary flooring, and build like a set up against the wall. And soon, I wasn't even sure if I was going to tell you, but I'll go ahead and tell you guys. We're going to be redoing the kitchen, which is on that side of the house. And we've decided to go with a slightly imperial theme.
Ah,
yes.
Nice.
So it's going to all be high gloss gray, but for the countertops, instead of going like quartz, I'm probably going to do like a black shisugi, like walnut or something. And I'm going to do most of that myself. So we'll see how that works.
Nice.
And I'm trying to decide if I want the backsplash to be backlit, like Death Star wall panels.
Oh,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, I would do it.
If
Yeah,
only
totally
I
do it.
had like a laser to cut out wall panels.
Only.
I wonder who you can contact.
Well, it's like our kitchen's starting to go. I mean, Janine found this killer Vader helmet cookie jar. She just got an R2D2 cookie jar. We have a C3PO one. It's like our kitchen is slowly starting to go Star Wars too. The whole house is getting
You
to be Star Wars.
You need to go more dark, more imperial.
No.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
So
No, but it's been really cool as it just moves around through the house. She'll find something or get it. She'll find like little things like little plates or whatever. Want to hang them on the wall. They're Star Wars plates and that kind of stuff.
And I want to do lots of like kind of subtle things. So I want to get Arubish to put on like all the buttons, or at least on the side of our espresso machines, stuff like that.
That's cool.
That would be cool. Even on the doors, even on the high glass.
I've
gloss
thought
gray,
about that.
Certain doors have them on it.
So I've thought about lasering what's in some of the drawers on the front, but I just don't know if I want to destroy the drawers, or I might just buy extra drawer fronts because you can snap them off.
That's Nerd Class 1000.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will tell you.
Get like a Cricut machine and put decal on it. That way,
Yeah.
if you have to, you can always pull it.
So I will tell you something. If I'm not boring you,
right?
No.
Exactly.
So I have enough high gloss gray to play around with if I decide to go that route. So
right.
we have
you bought
an
all
IKEA.
that. You bought that IKEA, didn't you?
Yeah. So we bought all of the stock from at least one or 1.5 stores of high gloss gray. They discontinued the high gloss gray, and I thought someday I'm either going to want to do my workshop or a kitchen or something. So I've had it for like 6 years. So we're starting to do an inventory now so we can design our kitchen with what we have to pick from. But like drawer fronts in one size, I think we have 240 drawer fronts.
Ooh.
God, dude.
So, they said they sold us all of it for 97% off. They said, look, we're discontinuing it. And I'm like, okay, how much for all of it? And he said, there's a lot. I'm like, I have a trailer. Just how much? And I think we got like $65,000 in high gloss gray drawer fronts for something like $2,200.
Holy crap.
Damn, dude.
And I was
Crazy.
like, oh, okay, sure. So I've been storing it for a long time, but now all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the kitchen in high gloss gray. I didn't know if I wanted to do the kitchen in gray. I didn't know if that would be too Star Wars or dark, but Robin's all for it, and she says do it.
Think about it too. Like depending on how you look at it, the AT-AT driver or the AT-AT driver, however you want to say it, right?
Imperial Walker.
Yeah. So sometimes they're gray, sometimes they're white, depending on what you're doing. But think about it. If it's a lighter gray, not a dark gray, if it's a lighter gray, the colors that are in that helmet,
This
black,
is pretty dark
white,
gray.
and red. Okay. Yeah, but even those colors, white, black, and gray, can look really, and red can look really, really cool as accent pieces in
So
there.
this is actually sandpaper, but it's like this color, but high gloss gray.
Yeah. So it's a darker gray, like a dove gray.
Yeah, like really
versus the
dark.
fashion. Yeah.
And they make cheap IKEA stuff, and they make the better stuff. This is actually the laminate wrapped IKEA stuff that's made.
It's like a thermofoil, but it's a little bit thicker.
Really, really nice stuff.
So the thing is, even with the drawer front, since you have any,
I might laser some extras. I know, I'm thinking about it.
Well, no, you could sell those or whatever, put them on with either whether it has Arubish on it or something that you decided to put on
Just
it.
cut some shapes out of them and
Yeah,
put it on
because
top.
the thing is, even just as a drawer front, you could mount it on the wall or you could put it on a shelf or something like that.
I have a whole stack of white ones for that. Okay, so I didn't just buy the gray. So they had 2 other colors they discontinued, so I have a lot of drawer fronts. So I bought a trailer and a half load of the Burkholt, which is like a really cool color. I'll send you a photo later because I have that already going in my office for its ammo and magazines. So I have and watch parts and watch straps and stuff. So
nice.
But I just didn't like it for a kitchen.
Good.
So
good work.
There it goes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
So I hope to have some cool stuff to share soon. Right now, it's kind of a dull spot.
It's all good, dude. It's all good. You have vision. You have
I know.
directive. You know what you're doing. The worst thing is trying to figure out which way to go.
And most of all, I have Robin, who is supportive and enabling. So you'll see it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, cool.
But that'll be probably in about 2 months. We're probably going to start ripping out the kitchen and redoing that. So
you're just going to reface it, or are you pulling the whole thing out and doing whole cabinet?
Switching to all new. So
nice.
They changed the drawer or the whole base cabinets and everything. So we're going to completely redesign it. So this is the first drawer front that they discontinued of the new base cabinet. So we'll be locked into the whole new system. So It'll be fun.
Sean nailed it. Lucas says at FYI. So there.
According to Mark Hamill, it's at.
It's at.
Well, what was funny is when we went over to Sean's place, because Sean's like, dude, it's AT-AT. And I'm like, it's at. It's AT-AT. We're playing this game when we're there. But then I'm like, or AT-AT. And he's like, oh, or at. So we started to switch.
Jedi mind
in the middle
trick.
of that. Yeah, exactly. Very, very good. But yeah, I don't think they were never mentioned as AT-ATs in the movie. They were Imperial Walkers, right? And somehow in my childhood, I heard AT-AT, and it's always stuck with me.
Probably
as
a
AT-AT.
Kenner commercial. I bet we can pull it up somewhere.
That or you see it just written on the box when you open it. It's like
Right.
AT, and you're a little kid,
yeah.
so you're like at. You're not thinking AT-AT. It's
Well, but ATST, you're not thinking ATST, right? You're
No,
thinking
Chicken
ATST. Yeah, it's kind of Chicken Walker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
I know.
But yeah, it's a funny thing.
I've had the same reasoning ever since I was a kid, but I still always call it AT and ATST.
Mhm.
That's just
Yeah,
me, though.
yeah.
Me too.
And it works. It's
But
always
I'm
worked.
torn in the same way, so I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm
Like I've
just
never
changing
thought
it to
of.
Imperial Walker.
Well, I've never thought of Darth Vader's
neutral
ship.
ground.
I never thought of Darth Vader's ship as a TIE Advance or an X-1. I've only seen that with like the model kits or the Bandai kits. You know, I've always thought of it as that's Vader's TIE. That's what I've always called it. That's Vader's TIE.
Vader's ship.
Or Vader's ship. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if
So
you
do you
play like
guys-
the RPGs, you get all the designators in the RPG games.
We
So-
grew
so
up
look-
on the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter games. Oh, yeah.
So do you guys have, or any of you guys in the chat, are there things that used to call it a certain thing and now it's something different, or now you know the correct name or whatever?
Slave
like the
Leia.
one, what is it? Samo Loves Art. I always called it Samo Love Art.
Me too.
You know?
Sam Oliver art.
That's
I
what my
don't know.
brain sees it at.
Yeah, exactly. Small Art. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm not going to see your name anymore, but Benjamin.
Benjamin. Sorry.
Benjamin.
Boba Fett's starship. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's always going to be Slave One.
That's Slave
Somebody
One.
tried to say that the other day. It's like, or Fire
Starship
Spray.
Leia.
It's like, no, it's Slave One. Yeah,
Yeah.
Starship Leia. No, no.
Bush, not Bush.
Right, Bush. Yeah, Bush. That's
Is
there's a
it
good
Boosh,
one.
Bausch? What? How do you guys say it?
I thought it was Bausch. Am I right?
I
Bausch.
say Bush.
I've always called it Bausch.
I call it Bausch.
Orlom and Zuckus are mine. It's my Achilles heel.
That's
I'm
like,
stuck on the camera.
That they're reversed, right?
Yeah.
No.
Right, Bausch.
wait, Joel, which is Forlom to you?
Forlom to me is the tan one, and Zuckus is the gray one, the droid-looking one. And they're supposed to be the other way around, but I'm the Kenner screw up.
And it's the
Okay,
same
yeah,
thing
I'm
with
the other
the.
way.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Two Tubes from Rogue One.
Okay.
There was some kind of a confusion for that. I forget how it worked. They pulled the wrong one for a usage, and then they actually ended up switching the names from the original. So if you look at the sketches, they actually were named the opposite.
Yeah, I never caught that one.
I have to go back and find. I forget what it was. It might be because we follow one of the artists or something, and there was something. I don't remember if it was actually in the behind the scenes. I think it was just someone commenting that they pulled the wrong one from the archives for use, and then they classified it incorrectly or something. So then they just stayed with that, so it would be accurate on screen. But originally, it was the other way around. The twins, it's Two Tubes, and I don't remember the other.
I can't remember the Eggmate's name either.
Two Tubes actually had 3 tubes, and they screwed up. And now it's 2 tubes.
You had
But he has
one
3
job.
tubes. Right, exactly. Well, it's like also too, like with Phil Tippett, all the characters or whatever that they named. You know, if you think about Size Noodles and Salacious Crumb and all those names, shoelaces, but all those names are just so cool. Forlom. What were some of the other ones? What's the big trunky looking dude? Epham. Yeah, right. You know, these names are just so interesting. You know,
It's all from a night of drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
They get wasted and come up with these names.
Yeah, it's like watching those things on Netflix where the guys did the Masters of the Universe. They said they used to go to a bar and make up some shit, and it's half the stuff they came up with didn't stick, but the stuff that they were making up that they didn't catch. They went through.
Well, think about it. Our childhood, when growing up watching some of this stuff, you got a bunch of adults drinking somewhere trying to come up with names of characters or whatever.
I mean,
I'd take that
Droopy
job.
McCool is not really
Right.
If
Droopy
you look
McCool,
at Droopy McCool,
you know that was somebody sitting there probably either very droopy or drooling or something like that they came up with those names. You know,
well, I don't know.
drooling.
Droopy McCool looks like a penis.
Right. I was about to say, where do you get Droopy from a penis? They probably something else was going on.
Droopy is not cool.
They probably had
They
the
wanted to
drip.
call him Ed, ED for short, and they're like, no, we'll call him Droopy McCool.
Yeah, erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Great piece.
Hey,
Oh,
Damn it.
I gotta take a piss.
Good luck.
Sean Miller says Han versus Han.
True.
Han
That's
versus
one.
Han.
Han, yep.
But they actually do say it both ways in the various films, though. Yeah.
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 So that's a little harder to pin,
Solo,
pin down.
Solo. They say what? Han.
I think
or
he
Han?
corrects him though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
I think
yeah,
they correct him for using his first name, but I don't know the pronunciation. I think even in the original trilogy, they said it both ways between Luke and Leia.
They did.
Well, if you think about the way that, especially the first one, New Hope, right? Star Wars, which still will always be Star Wars to me in my brain.
The Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but still, even with that, even with the props, some of the costuming and things like that, it varies and changes from scene to scene.
Well, it wasn't nailed down yet.
Yeah. So same thing with sometimes the way somebody would say something. Han, whatever. I mean, what is it? Han that Lando would use quite a bit. He wouldn't say Han, he'd be Han. So all that stuff is constantly, I guess, changing and moving. Which is kind of cool in a weird way, but it definitely shows nobody was taking notes correctly.
Right.
You know?
Well, they were still ironing things out. Like, okay, here's a good trivia question. When was the first movie that Arubish was used?
second one, right? ESB?
No.
Well, in the deleted scenes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, it was originally Return of the
on
Jedi.
the wall. Yeah.
But then they went back and added it in Star Wars for the scene with turning off the things. They added that, but that was in the special edition. Originally, it was first introduced in Return of the Jedi for the, I think it was the codes on screen for the Shuttle Tidarian.
Good quiz.
Mm.
Quiz.
No.
So.
Yeah. What did Sean Miller say? Lando equal Han. Everyone else Han. Yeah, because it's not Londo. It's I am Londo Calrissian. It's Lando, so it's Han, like HANLAN. Growing up, it was Han for me, but then I catch myself once in a while going Han Solo, and I'm like, hold on, that's wrong. It's like,
I use both.
Yeah,
I think if you're saying it together, Han Solo. But if you're saying it by itself, you can say Han. But I think Han Solo.
It's Han Solo. Yeah.
Right. It's so confusing. I think everybody, no matter, I think different part of the country, different part of the world, everybody says it different.
Yeah, Han Solo, real world problems.
Yeah.
I'm getting excited for Cassian to come out.
Dude,
right?
I've been saying it all along. That's the sleeper series.
I hope so.
It's going to be good.
So you know that they're not using the volume. They're using
right.
Only practical sets.
Good.
And he's already said this show is not going to pander to fan service. Now, I'm not anti-fan service, but there's not going to be,
that's
a
good.
bunch of throw-ins to... Yeah, it's not going to be that kind of stuff.
I think that's good because I don't know. I think they rely on that to make the show good sometimes.
I mean, it's kind of funny in the past that R2D2 and C3PO at least roll through every movie at some point, but in this, to some degree, if they're like, no, let's just focus on
I like that
because Rogue One had just enough. They had. The doctor and what was his name from the Cantina?
Dr. Evasion and Ponda Baba.
Yeah, so they had them. That was just enough. It was like, okay, yeah, that was kind of cool, but it wasn't like throughout the entire movie. I love little nuggets like that.
Yeah, and they did a lot of good creations of new species, and they just did phenomenal on it.
I wish they expanded more when they were walking through the streets in Jeddah. Because
A lot of
there's
their
a lot of
costumes-
deleted scenes, including like the Imperial officers walking around in trench coats. I mean, there was some cool stuff that they had unfortunately had to cut for time.
I've never seen those. They did do a lot of deleted scenes, but I've never seen those cuts.
Some of them even made it into the trailer. So
I know.
Yeah, so even the original trailer showed a lot of stuff, but including there was some really cool, like older gray-haired Imperial officers.
I'll
in
put you
trench
guys
coats.
together because you're talking.
Oh, sorry.
the showdown with Jin and the TIE fighter was different too.
Yeah.
Or whatever that interceptor was.
Yeah, she's like staring it down in the and the other
There
one
was-
flies by.
And there was a whole nother scene where they actually took the plans and ran to a different building. So that's why in the trailer there was also a whole bunch of scenes with the Death Star plans clipped to Jin's belt as they're running and fighting the ACTs or whatever on the beach being shot at. So yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff that got cut. They thought it confused audiences. So the I can't remember the guy that did a lot of the editing. I watched I read some really cool articles that he wrote.
I'd like to see a documentary on that with all the deleted scenes.
Yeah, it was really cool.
There's something on YouTube. I'll pull it up, Joel. I found something. It's like an
Oh,
hour long of behind the scenes of Rogue One.
Yeah,
I would
Rogue
love to
One.
see
Yeah, I saw something. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. And Benjamin, you're like a
Thank
super
you.
nerd. You're so awesome, dude. That's
Well, no, I
amazing
love,
that you
but
know all that
especially
stuff.
Rogue One. I don't know everything, obviously, but you know, Rogue One and all the original trilogy and a lot of stuff. That's what I focus on. There's so much I don't know from Clone Wars because Clone Wars I've only watched it once.
Yeah,
you know, and it's really cool, but that's from the prequel era, and I'm just not. I'm not as personally interested in the prequel era. Or in the First Order. So I love the Empire the most in the time period of the original trilogy. So
Well, it's like you think about it. George obviously had the vision, and we talked about of doing a trilogy, right? Doing three. I don't know if it was thought more after that, but they've had to go back to the prequels. They went to the sequels. They went to the Clone Wars and all these other gaps that are filling, and somehow it's got to work pretty decently. I think they've done. I think they've done a pretty good job with doing that. There's some holes in there if you really want to get, nutsy with it. But I don't think they expected to branch as far off as they have.
Sure.
With it, that's my opinion. I don't know about anybody
Thank you,
else.
Jason.
Yeah.
But I love everything in that time period though. So like that's why I love Mando so much. It's like even the Imperial officers. I love the classic stormtroopers, not the new ones, not the clone troopers. So anytime I see classic TKs or even a new stormtrooper in that era, so like the shore troopers, I went nuts for them.
That's my favorite design since Snow Trooper.
Me too.
So regular stormtrooper, New Hope, ESB, or Return of the Jedi. Which one's your favorite helmet?
I don't really notice that much difference. I mean, there are differences. So obviously, like you have the squish design, and then probably I'd have to say Empire because Jedi they kind of end up getting squished a little bit more. But I mean, I don't really have a preference between them. Honestly, if you asked me, my favorite TK helmet is Rogue One. So what they consider the new generation, so Solo, Rogue One, Mandalorian,
right?
And that's where they re-engineered it. It looks cleaner. They actually have the cut through for the vents instead of the blue decals because they didn't have 4K, 6K resolution, but now everything's being shot on Arri Alexa minis and there's so
those
much
are
quality
amazing,
there.
expensive cameras. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like 30-40 grand plus the lens package.
Oh, they're much higher than that. And I think they start at like 60, 70, and then if you want any kind of lens on
I was talking about for the mini. I think for the LF, For the
big ones,
LFs, you're looking at
over
60,
100.
70, and then your lens package is 50 grand.
Think about this for a camera.
Yeah.
But that's what they use now to shoot this stuff is reds and Arri Alexas and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. What was I going to say? With the Stormtrooper, okay, so your favorite movie's got to be Rogue One.
It is.
Correct? Yeah.
It is.
Got to be that seems to be where you gravitate.
But growing up, and we've talked about this before, and I think you've teased me about it, but growing up, I absolutely love the original trilogy. I love Star Wars, and I love Empire, but Empire is not my favorite movie. Growing up, it was always Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
But typically, what I would do is I would watch the first when I was a kid, and I wanted to watch a Star Wars movie. I'd watch the first 25 minutes of Empire for Hoth, and then I'd watch all of Return of the Jedi.
Interesting.
Back to back. And that's
You're
just how I always
like,
watch.
see that.
Screw that Yoda guy. I'm not into the Yoda thing.
No, I mean
I
Empire
could
is
see
really
that.
good. I don't dislike Empire, and I watched it all the way through plenty of times, of course. But when I was a kid, I'm like, I want to watch a Star Wars movie. The space battles in Return of the Jedi are amazing, and that's why Rogue One literally has the best space battles of any Star Wars movie. Amazing with the Shield Gate, Blue Squadron, the coasters I made. That's why I was like, okay, when I want to have a drink, I want to commemorate Blue Squadron because they're my heroes, even though they're with the evil rebellion. But,
I agree. I could see that with the Empire.
Oh,
but
thank you.
Those first 15 minutes with the Empire, though, I mean that.
But that was all of it for me.
It beats everything for me.
Yeah, and the rest of Empire was good, but
with Sean.
I wouldn't say it's slower moving. It's just it was more of a tragedy. There's a lot more story to it, which is not bad. It was an amazing story. I just loved Return of the Jedi. You had everything.
It is good.
And the ATSTs were awesome. You had Jabba's palace. There were so many aliens.
And I'm an alien freak.
You could see them stepping it up, right? It's like my wife loves Empire Strikes Back because of the contrast and the colors and everything that they did with it. But you definitely see everything stepping up.
And there was a lot more like matte painting in Empire, which was still awesome. And there was less of that in Return of the Jedi. Some, but less.
Yeah.
So it's just stylistic changes as they progressed, and it was just. I love all of them. We watched the original trilogy all the time.
All three.
It's really tough.
Star Wars, New Hope sticks with me the most because that's the first time I saw everything.
It was easy when Rogue One came out.
Life.
Yeah, when Rogue One came out, it took the pressure off of me. I can just unequivocally say Rogue One's the best Star Wars movie for me. So at that point, I didn't have to worry about deciding between Empire and Jedi. They're both great, but
and Sean Solo, it's Empire for you.
Yes.
J2SO, which one?
As a kid, it was Return because of Jabba's and the Ewoks, but
and Slave Leia.
And Slave Leia when I was a kid. But no, it's Empire. It's so dark. And like,
brother?
Like Benjamin was saying, it the colors and stuff in Empire is so cool, so.
Yeah, I remember as a kid there were things that confused me, like it did.
You're like, why do I feel funny when I look at Slave Leia?
No, Empire. Like Empire when the whole scene with the cave and he's confronting himself and
that scared me.
It scared me, but it also confused me. It's like it was almost like watching a Nolan film nowadays, but it was almost like it was a little bit like
that's what he wanted though.
It was basically who's your daddy? I'm your daddy. No, you're your daddy. That's how you explain that whole thing.
You're your own daddy.
But the best thing about Empire, though, during that time, most movies, the heroes always won. And then this movie comes out, and the villains win, and they leave you on that cliffhanger, so you got to wait 3 years.
No, I know.
I mean, that was just, for that time, it was unheard of.
Yeah, that's why people didn't like it. They didn't understand it. They're used to everything. It's like TV back then, right? We have a problem. Something happens, it's solved at the end of the show. Yeah. Always, every single time. And then we saw Empire do that, and then a little bit later we started seeing other things that didn't finish right.
Right.
And then one of the things, I'm sorry if I'm not talking too much tonight.
No, you're good.
One of the things that was interesting, so you realize they only had Harrison Ford contractually obligated for the first 2 movies. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yep.
So they didn't know if they could get him back for Return of the Jedi. That's why they ended up having to leave on a cliffhanger of him in Carbonite, because if he didn't come back, they'd have to kill him off in the Carbonite.
Well, he wanted to be killed off at that time.
Yep.
Harrison
they didn't
was
want
done.
He's been wanting to be killed off for a long time.
Yeah, he's been wanting to die for 50 years.
Once he made
screen.
Indiana Jones, he was like, "See you later, Star Wars."
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he was lucky he didn't get typecast. The other ones kind of did with a lot of that stuff there. Oh, you're Luke Skywalker. Oh, you're Princess Leia.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's because he's so quick.
Your life. Oh no.
Yeah, I think it's because he so quickly went into another role.
Yeah.
And the others really didn't.
No,
Yeah,
that's
they
true.
Hamill and Fisher really didn't do much else after that, at least for quite some time. And then all of a sudden, you're just that Star Wars. actors.
Well, yeah, especially as a kid, because if any of them showed up on like a TV show that you watched or something like that, that's the first thing you thought. It's Princess Leia. It's Princess Leia. You know, why does Princess Leia say those bad words in that movie? Yeah, that's you know, it throws you off a little bit as you're growing up. But yeah,
Why
I mean
Princess
that's
Leia
part
in
of it.
rehab.
Right, right.
Scott, what's your favorite film?
Mine? I think the one that I go to first is again, A New Hope, Star Wars, because it's the first time I saw everything, even though I love New Hope, Empire, and Return. That is my quintessential perfect. I love Rogue One. I really like Solo, but that's what I want to see first. I think part of it is the story's simple, good against bad with it. There's no other things going on. There's no other side things that filmmakers now throw into their movies that I get tired of, you know. It also brings back a different time, you know, growing up in the 70s and 80s and things those are at, having those toys and, you know, wishing for them for Christmas and all that other stuff. All of that gets thrown in that one thing, Star Wars. It just all goes in there, and it's all fantastic for me. And then now as an adult, you know, collecting some of the stuff and bringing it in, it's the same feeling that I'm getting as an old person. That's how I feel, very old person. But it all comes back. But New Hope was the first time I saw a lightsaber, first time I saw a stormtrooper, first time I saw Darth Vader. All of that stuff had a really huge impression on me.
Yeah.
And I have never lost it.
Just the space battles in A New Hope, a dogfight in space. You know, that was Lucas's vision to bring that to want to do it, and that just wowed everybody. Like, because usually you see that static ship that just might go across the screen, and that's it. But then when you've got them so dynamic, and the way they filmed it was just
and like 2001: Space Odyssey was so iconic, but all the scenes were locked off.
Yeah.
So slow.
So they were locked off and slow moving. So to actually pan with motion control, it was just.
Yeah.
Well,
the camera.
Evan's pretty quiet. What's your favorite?
I'm reading the comments. I like The New Hope. So, as a kid, I actually watched Jedi first because I think I was like 7 or 8 when I was in the theaters. And then when I went back and watched Star Wars, you know, like Scott says, that's how I remembered it too.
Yeah.
You know, seeing that first shot where, you know, the Imperial, whatever that is, the
Star Destroyer.
Star Destroyer, it goes over.
Beautiful shot.
And you're like, what the hell's going on? This is amazing. And then, you know, Vader comes in and they're all killing like the rebels. And I was like, dude, this is awesome. And then, you know, the introduction of Luke and Tatooine and you know, the whole Jedi thing. Yeah, it just you know, I always feel like a kid when I watch that movie. You know, it brings me back to good times.
Great to
Exactly. It brings you back to good times. Now, a lot of companies, like when we were hitting the recession, the last recession, 2008, 2006-ish, 2008, marketing for like 7-Up and Coca-Cola started putting the old-looking 7-Up logo on there and the old Coca-Cola stuff, which was a reminder to you of better times, where the target audience, people buying stuff, and that's why they would do that with the marketing.
Yeah.
So I you know, picking that up and thinking of like what we were just talking about with it bringing you back to better times, absolutely 100%. I mean, we got Battlestar Galactica after it. 1999 was happening, but the thing is, I loved Battlestar Galactica, but it didn't hit me like Star Wars, and we're talking within a year.
I loved it though.
Yeah, I loved it too.
It was fun to watch. Yeah.
So
and I had like a Viper and
like
the Raider.
Buck Rogers.
And Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
I season over there.
I had a crush. I think I had a crush on Aaron Gray back then.
Oh, me too.
You know?
Beat.
Oh, yeah.
There you go,
Jason. Hold on.
This is how I got into it. Right, my grandma.
So that's the reissue.
This is the regular actual.
I think it's like 98, right?
Yeah. How many issues did they have? 7,000.
I know.
I think the gold ones were when they added the other stuff.
And that's the special edition.
Special edition ones.
Right.
So this was the originals.
And those are VHS, right?
Well, there was the even older one than that for the original that came with the fourth VHS, which was from Star Wars to Jedi. That's what
you're right.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty awesome.
And the art box was different.
Yeah, I was old enough to watch these as a kid because this is what was out, right, in the early 90s.
Yeah, I think that's like 95, 98.
Yeah, I was 6 or no, I was like I was 8, I think, or 7 when they reissued them in theaters. So I grew up with just the original trilogy until I was 10, and then Episode 1 came out, so I was perfect demographic to watch that, right? But I already, cut my teeth in the original trilogy, which is what I grew up with first. So but I have appreciation for the prequels also. So. It's nice.
No, and that's all good. Everybody to their own, you know what I mean? I think a lot of it has to do with, I mentioned this a while back, how impressionable you are at 7, 8, in that age part of how things change. Eben talked about seeing Return of the Jedi or Star Wars the first time when he's about 7 or 8, right? It sticks to you.
Yeah, that's where you create that bond with, whether it be Star Wars, Star Trek, anything like that. I mean, like you said, you're so impressionable at that age. And then that's what we resort to as we get older. You think of those times where it was just like, it was fantasy. Like I remember watching Superman for the first time, Christopher Reeve. Like I thought I could fly for the longest time, You would dream about flying. You're just like, and then you try to jump down the stairs and it doesn't work.
Well, or off the roof of the house.
You didn't break any limbs.
Well, I grew up watching George Reeves in the Superman TV show, right?
Yeah.
And my father did too. And I remember my father saying, back then, back in the 50s or 60s or whatever, a lot of kids jumped out of windows thinking that they could fly. Unfortunately, a lot of them didn't make it. It's kind of scary if you think about it. But yet we'll watch Roadrunner and Coyote, and I never went out and tried to blow something up or.
Yeah.
Oh. I would have if I'd had the.
Joel's like,
yeah. But did you ever try and get out of a ticket by, that never worked? You didn't do that?
I wouldn't have tried that with police. I would have tried that with girls. I'd be like, you. Sorry, just would have. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You'd had a better chance. I mean.
Right.
I think they tried that in Fanboys.
Yes,
it's like take off your bra,
That's another great movie. Yeah, that was fun and enjoyable. Yeah.
No, there's a GIF or something where it's like Obi-Wan, the whole scene where he does like that to like throw someone, and it switches to like one of those British commercials where it's like the woman in like they pull the clothes on a wire and she's wearing like a bra and she goes like this, and it's Obi-Wan doing that. It's funny.
That is funny. I usually get ones where you're like going, wait a minute, are they actually showing this on Facebook and there's some girls pulling her top up? And then in a blink of an eye, it shows Jesus going, no. Like, oh, man. But yeah, those are good. But yeah, Star Wars means a lot to all of us, not just the collecting end, the whole movie, all the movies, all the series. A lot of them, like I said, were just simple. It's good against bad, evil against good, And there were things we'd never seen before, like lightsabers and some of the ships. And it was the perfect storm of people.
Everything. ILM did a
perfect storm
job.
of people.
Yeah.
If Joe Johnson wasn't there, or Marshall Lucas didn't edit this, or, Ed Lung, any of those guys.
Well, Jess McQuarrie's concept drawings that they had to take into the film studios to give them a visual.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it gives you the entire feel for all of Star Wars.
Anthony Daniels wasn't interested, but then he saw that McQuarrie print and it called to him, so everything happened. I want to show Aaron Gray. Yeah, I bet. I bet Mr. Hess. Wow.
That's awesome.
That is funny.
And then, not changing the subject, but you do know that I also love Alien. So we've talked about the Empire versus Return of the Jedi. Which Alien movie do you prefer? The original Alien or Aliens?
Aliens.
Okay, so
it's badass with the Marines, man.
I still love Alien.
Oh,
so that's
man.
So that's funny.
I'm with you. I'm with you there.
So
that's the first one I saw.
I just love the purity of the first one. It's just so good.
It is good.
I was curious if the same people that like Empire also loved Aliens or Aliens.
So you guys probably like Back to the Future too?
Yes.
Yeah, but I like the first one.
I do like.
I can't compare that.
No.
I like Alien.
Well, T2 is better than T1.
I was tortured through. I was tortured through
T2,
Alien,
absolutely true.
But there is a classic thing about T1, especially like for me, the music end of it, right? It was all synth. It was all in that time, the 80s, early 80s, where they're like, we can't afford orchestras, and I started using synths. And it's like synthesizers at that point sounded amazing, but they weren't at that level where they are now, where you could layer things. You had to do it by tape.
I can't remember all the story behind it, but they actually went to the guy to make it from scratch. He'd never done a movie score.
Who are you talking about?
For Terminator.
Yeah, that's Brad. God, what's his name? Brad Fielding.
I don't remember, but yeah.
There you go.
I don't even remember the first Terminator movie. Now I think about it.
Yes.
I watched T2 so many times.
Yeah.
Oh no, the first one.
But yet you're an Alien fan?
I've seen the first T.
You didn't like T2?
Me?
Yep. Yeah, T2.
T2 is fantastic.
Anything James Cameron does, I'm good with James.
The first one.
James Cameron did the second one, but
yes.
Yeah,
I still like
one.
Sir Ridley Scott for the
He
first
also
one.
did Aliens too, so I mean, James Cameron, that's my man.
Yeah.
Matt's like, I got a homework assignment. Man, trying to remember what T1 was about.
T1 was Sarah Connor. It was the first introduction of her coming in, and of course she had the 80s hair. And then you meet what's his name, Michael. God, I can't think of his real name. Michael something or other. That is there to protect her.
I like him as an actor.
Yeah, because her baby John was the one that sent him back.
Oh, I remember that now.
He goes into the police station, blows up the whole
That's
police
the one
station.
where they crush it, and then the arm gets saved along with the chip, and then they. The whole.
So that's
Michael
one of those
Bain,
movies I don't go back to. You know, if I watch
you
a
saw it
Terminator
once, you were good. Yeah.
Yeah, if I watch a Terminator, it's a T2 movie.
Yeah.
Well, you have to watch the first one again since you don't remember it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Well, you also have to remember too, in the 80s, in the late 70s, early 80s, we started getting a lot of horror movie stuff, right? Friday the 13th, Halloween, all that type of stuff was late 70s, early 80s. Hellraiser, right? But then also you got like Terminator, which was like mid 80s, 84-ish maybe, 85, somewhere in that. But then you had a bunch of movies in there too that they were still trying to figure out their audience. They didn't realize that a good chunk of their audience was women. So a lot of those movies back then had a lot of booby shots and all this other stuff because they thought that's who their audience was. And then they started to realize, wait a minute, it's women, so they started pulling those out. So that's why the 90s sucked. So I'm just saying that. That's why the 90s sucked.
You just had bad clothing in the 90s.
Yeah. Right.
Well, what's really interesting is Disney now owns 21st Century Fox and Star Wars, so Disney they have it within their power to do
to ruin everything.
Predator versus Ewoks.
Right.
Oh God.
I love Prey. I thought Prey was awesome.
I thought Prey was good. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Prey was good.
Wasn't bad. Yeah.
I think I read somewhere they are making an Ewoks show though.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm. Goes into Star Wars Insider magazine.
I don't know if I would be.
It's going to be zombie Ewoks called the Walking Ewoks.
Have you guys? Do any of you guys play Battlefront 2? And
that's awesome, isn't it,
dude?
The Ewok hunt.
Serious shit, man. So you have to play at night, and there's a team of people that
I might make some of them,
and the rest are the Empire, and you're on Endor. It's just dark, and there's like a light over here. And all you hear is the screams of these Ewoks, and they just.
And then the batteries run out, so you can't leave the flashlight on the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah. You have your flashlight, and you can or you turn it off, and you're kind of hidden. If you're the Ewoks, you see the flashlight, so you're kind of like tunnel vision, and then you turn. There's like 10 Ewoks running at you.
Murder bears.
Murder bears.
So I'm gonna make a murder bear.
Is that part of the? Is that like a co-op play, or is that part of the campaign?
Yeah, it's online. Yeah, co-op play.
Oh, okay.
So you could be the zombie Ewoks, or you
it's
could be
freaky.
It's awesome.
Okay, so I got that. But obviously they thought it was wrong audience and people weren't doing it. But yes, I would say girls are more judgmental on girls than we are. We don't notice what sweater they're wearing.
Yeah.
Other women do. You see that red sweater? I'll totally fit her like a...
No.
That kind of crap.
Like a mat.
That's awesome.
That's good. So it's Back to the Future 1, right? Correct?
Yes.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, that's hands down the best one.
2 was my favorite.
I like them both. Back
If
to the
we're gonna
Future
compare 'em,
3's
I guess.
the one that I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's over here.
I don't even know if I watched that all the way through. It was
Right?
like-
Well, 3.
yeah.
I was
When
never
I-
really
when-
into back.
2
went
was
to
tough for me to get
the Western.
through.
2 was tough for you to get through?
Yeah, I just
Really?
love the first one, the nostalgia of
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
one so much. And it was one of those at the right age where it resonated with you, and it's just the first one.
Although the DeLorean's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
what's
whole
funny,
plot of that going back in time and trying to like have someone from the future go to the past and like try to live there. That was a cool ass story.
Yeah.
Very cool story. But also, too, that they only went up to 2015, which at the time that came out was so far away.
Right.
And here we are at 2022, and we have no flying cars. We have no time machines.
No hoverboards.
Yeah,
No
Teslas.
hoverboards. Yeah.
Damn it,
Exactly.
Jim.
It's all crap.
It was a lie.
All right, so is it Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, or Last Crusade?
First one.
Lost Ark.
First one. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
You know,
I'm gonna go with the Last Crusade.
you know, growing
Sean
up,
Connery's rocks.
Yeah, first and third, but probably the first is the best.
see, growing up, I thought the second one was the best, but as I got older, the first one's hands down. Raiders is the best movie.
Because you matured.
Raiders
You
are good.
matured.
They're all
Yeah.
fun though, man.
Yeah, they're all great. Yeah.
You know, I've been in the mood to watch that. The first, Raiders. You can't find it anywhere. Have you noticed that?
Really?
You have to rent it or you have to buy it. Nowhere on any streaming service that I know of is it playing or that you can watch it like Netflix or Amazon.
Showtime.
Showtime? Is it on Showtime?
Yeah.
I
I
have to look.
accidentally watched it and had
You
to buy
accidentally
Showtime.
watched it.
Yeah, I accidentally bought Showtime.
Ah. I got
Damn it,
Showtime
Jim.
through Hulu.
And I
so
have it
I'll
on
definitely check it
DVD
out.
right in front of me.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
just
been
too
in the
lazy
mood to
get off
watch
the
that.
couch.
Yeah.
They're great movies, though, man.
Yeah.
But Raiders is
No, it's not on
Yeah.
Disney. Because and my guess is you would think it should be, right? It should be on Disney Plus because it's under
not.
Lucasfilm. But it's
It's
not.
on Showtime.
I wonder if it's because they've got that other one coming. That
Well,
they're
they might be
holding that
waiting-
stuff in.
They might have
and
locked
waiting.
into an agreement for so many years. 'Cause
Yeah.
That happened even with Solo. Remember when they opened up Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Solo wasn't available until 6 months in because they'd already signed an agreement for, I think, 2 years with a different streaming service.
Got it.
So
They ran into that with Netflix too on the Marvel stuff.
So how bad is She-Hulk?
I haven't watched it either.
Oh,
I'm not
dude.
going to watch it. It's,
I gotta take a break from Marvel. I've been trying to keep up with every damn show and movie, right? Because you can't be behind. And now it's like, here's She-Hulk. I don't care about all of that.
Well, it's like
not bad.
I haven't seen the Thor one, but a lot of people have talked about Thor is
I haven't
this
seen it either.
comic comedian.
Thor was
It's
rough.
kind of
I
crap,
like
right?
it a lot. I'm the only one who.
Are you
enjoys that
serious,
show.
Jason? Oh,
Dude,
man.
those goats were cracking me up the whole time.
Those guys are funny.
I was dying, man. I enjoyed it for being funny, but
For me, with the She-Hulk thing, is that it's like I don't understand what you're doing. Is this a comedy? Is this because she's breaking the fourth wall quite a bit? Is it? It's so CGI between both Hulks, and it's like I don't know how. And the episodes are only 20 minutes long.
Yeah, I was going to say it was another Disney IP that they rushed again. Like how she got her powers was so rushed, and like they felt like they had to tell it so fast in the first 25-minute episode, and that just threw me off. I was
Yeah, because I mean, we got where did it start? WandaVision, which I really liked. I really liked WandaVision. I liked the whole thing of it. Then it went into Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is like, it's okay.
I didn't like that one.
that was
started off
okay,
good.
but I didn't care for like the whole
Yeah.
ending speech.
Agreed.
That was
And then-
like I was like
I haven't watched another one
That's-
since then.
so that was like the whole I'm not gonna get into
Benjamin,
it
that's
live.
exactly
Just-
what I'm talking
it
about
ruined it for
when
me.
they force things into something.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit. They have to force it in there, and that's what I can't
And I've
stand.
seen some of the same things on some of the monologues on She-Hulk as far as
Yep.
like the I have to deal with so much more than men. And it's like, oh my gosh.
There's always an agenda.
I have
Especially
to
with a lot
control
of
my
this stuff.
anger because
I'll tell you that Winter Soldier started off good though. I really,
Yeah,
really
I
liked
agree.
it. I was
happy with it.
Yeah.
Then they got political towards the end.
And it was
Yeah.
really only the last episode
Well,
and I
that's-
saw it coming, but you know.
Emphasis. That was all emphasis. You know, she turned bad.
Yeah.
So
I like her character in Solo though.
Now there wasn't a lot of politics
awesome.
in the what was the bow and arrow one?
Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye I enjoyed. I enjoyed.
I like
one.
I like
didn't care
Hawkeye.
for it.
Really?
I won't watch it.
I liked it.
It wasn't
Yeah,
political.
I
It
watched
just
it.
I didn't think it was that great. It was
Moon
like,
Knight was sick though. I loved Moon Knight. I thought that was fun.
It was
Moon
like
Knight was
sidekick
interesting.
and
That
all.
kind of
It was
moved a
thing.
little
It
weird.
It
Yeah.
was kind of its own. It didn't have to follow really the.
Yeah.
Like Hawkeye, you know who he is from the movies, you know.
Right,
Moon Knight,
right.
He could kind of do his own thing, and I like, what the hell?
Moon
is
Knight.
his name?
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah,
Oh, the
I love
actor?
him, man. He's great. So
I watched the first episode of that and I was like, man, he's a good actor, but I can't get into it.
I was like, is he British in real life? Did I miss something?
No.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
great actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I what did I just watch? I'd never seen it, but I'm like, you know what? I've always wanted to see that Ex Machina.
That's good.
He's in that, and he's excellent in that. He's excellent in that. That was a pretty effed up movie, but yeah, he was really good in that.
He's in Drive also with Ryan Gosling. That's a badass movie.
I haven't seen that.
We've totally gotten off of Star Wars.
I know,
it's
right?
cool.
Oscar Isaac was really good in the World War II movie. Trying to think of what it was with the Israeli hunting down. It's the true story of hunting down the one of the Germans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I went completely blank.
I know. I got it right here.
Was it from the Olympics where they killed the people in a hotel?
No. It's hunting down.
It's more
Adolf
old
Eichmann
school.
from World War II who fled to Argentina, and it was the true story of going there to get them and bring them home.
How did I miss this one?
It's good.
I think we've mentioned it once before. Robin has one of the prop watches from that movie.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so Robin wears the watch that was owned by or worn in the movie by Adolf Eichmann's son, which is the fiance or now wife, husband of what's the singer?
How'd you score that?
It was on one of the prop auctions like 8 years ago or so.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it the Operation Finale?
Yes, thank you.
Cool.
I'll find a photo of her watch.
I'm adding it to my queue.
Yeah, it's actually really, really good. Yeah, I've posted photos of the watch online.
I bet they're phenomenal. I heard the new Game of Thrones is out now too. I need to watch that.
Yes, yes. One episode has started. It looks amazing.
It's
and all
good.
I could think of was when Evan and I were at the the Grand Hotel.
Oh,
George
yeah.
R. Martin walking back and forth, and then
Matt
Smith.
Yeah. And I was
all I
like,
could
that's
think
why
about.
they were together.
Well, I tried to watch. Like late at night, I'll go through and I'll be like, oh, what can I watch? What movie or whatever? That one that had Snoop Dogg and what's his name, Jamie whatever in it. The Day Off where they're vampire
Day Shift
killers.
or whatever.
Yeah, that was just fun. That was fun.
That was good.
And then I started watching something else. I don't remember what it was, and I'm like, my God, the acting is so bad in this. And then I go over to the House of Dragon, and I'm like, holy shit, this
House of Dragons was great, dude. I went in there with low expectations, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome.
I haven't watched it yet, so don't ruin it.
So
Well,
I haven't
haven't
watched it, but House of Dragons, that's the new Game of Thrones thing?
That's the new one, yeah. I just got done finishing, I don't know if anybody watched Westworld, the last season of Westworld.
No, not yet.
So, yeah. And then
It
going
stopped
into
kind
the
of
House of
abruptly,
Dragons.
though,
like,
right?
wow. Huh?
It stopped kind of abruptly. It wasn't as long as... Wasn't it only like 8 episodes or something?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that, yeah. 8 episodes. That's, now I'm going to turn this around. The Endor stuff is what, 12 episodes?
At least,
and then,
I think.
And then the next season will be another 12?
And they're supposedly long.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's good.
That clip that they put out this week, it was a minute
Like a
dialogue
2-minute clip?
between them,
Mm-hmm.
Skarsgård and him. Dude, even just that, the acting, so
Very-
much better than Obi-Wan, better than Boba. It's just...
I
really
also
think they
noticed the
fine
practical
film.
set makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
You know,
please don't rush it either.
Yeah.
'cause I feel like they rush everything.
Well, sometimes they rush it and sometimes they stretch it, right? It's like this weird thing. You can
Obi-Wan, there was a lot of stretch stuff
yeah,
in there. It was like
either just do a movie and call it done, or give us content. Like if it's only 3 episodes, it's only 3 episodes if they're 40 minutes long. Instead of going, here's a 15-minute, here's a 15, here's a 30-minute, here's a... That irritates me more than anything else. Sorry. Off chest. Okay, go. Ahead.
So since we're on the subject of TV shows, do you guys have any information on that Kenobi documentary that's coming out?
Yeah, it's not out yet, but I don't...
Comes out this week.
September 8th.
Yeah. Well, what is it going to be about? Like, I've been on the road, so I haven't been tracking it.
Behind the scenes of the making of it.
But it's not going to be like a gallery. It's actually going to be a behind the scenes, kind of like they did for season 2 of Mando. Is what I understand.
Wonder how long it's going to be.
Wow.
I don't know.
Let me look it up.
Jason, do you think there's actually going to be a 3rd season? Can they do a 3rd season? I would think 3rd season would be a New Hope.
I heard that they did go ahead and queue up a 3rd season.
There's a lot that can happen in those seasons. There's a lot of filler in there, I bet. It's going to be cool, I bet.
There's so much story to tell that we don't know. You know, it's an open book.
It starts off with him as a kid, and there's clone troopers. I mean, this going to be rough. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and supposedly the voice for K2 won't be until season 2. But even for the season 1 filming, there was some photos. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there were some photos in wherever that was on the coastal town in England. There was somebody in a mocap suit that was definitely a K2 series mocap suit. Nice. So even though there won't be K2SO, there will be destroyer droids or maybe a previous model.
Well, yeah, because isn't that what he became? He was an Imperial droid that was shot and reprogrammed. Yeah.
But it was in close proximity to Andor, but there was also photos of Andor interacting with shore troopers. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the K2 unit is another one working with him. It could just be an interrogation.
Just a random.
Right.
But yeah, the K2 units are awesome.
Yeah, agreed.
All that stuff they did. They took so much time designing that stuff. Moroff and just all the aliens, 2 tubes.
Yeah,
well, the director, huge Star Wars fan, huge Star Wars fan for Rogue One.
He had been thinking about that movie for a long time, though.
Speaking of which, have you guys ever seen Monsters?
Yes.
So that was his first film.
Oh, okay.
Very low budget. I can't remember. Maybe like $6 million or $4 million. It was a very low budget. And that's the movie that they watched and decided, hey, this is interesting. Let's call him in and see if he's interested in a Star Wars film. So they brought in Gareth Edwards, and they were like, okay, he's more of a fan than we knew. Because like his birthday, he went to Tunisia for the actual filming locations of A New Hope. He went to a number of different places, and they're like, okay. And that's why everything he did, he was like, okay, we're redesigning it. We're going to put pegs in the bottom of this stormtrooper's feet. You may not see them, but I'll know that they're there. It's just...
That's funny, but that's so cool.
Yeah, he's a really cool director. And he said he won't do another one, but I don't think it's because of any problems. He just said he wanted to step down and make room for another new upcoming director to have a chance at Star Wars.
That's smart. Drop the mic.
You're here. Just walk. Because we saw what happened with the sequels.
I don't know if there'll ever be a Star Wars movie I like more, but I mean, I'm open to it. I'd love there to be another. Maybe a movie with Bothans.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that they've got to get rid of the characters that we know and love so much in our expectations. Boba Fett. We saw what happened with with the little prancy dancy Boba Fett in the last thing. They've got to get rid of it and come up with new characters or do something else. And it's like, I'm totally open for that, but I don't know how open I am for necessarily new characters. Sure. Are they going to hit me the same way?
And they can go a lot of different directions, because I saw a breakdown that was interesting. We kind of always assumed that the Bothans stole the Death Star plans. It's not necessarily true. It said that they heard about the new Death Star and that many Bothans died to bring us this news. Didn't say the Death Star plans. So the
Emperor was there overseeing.
So the Bothans could have nothing to do with the stealing of the plans. So they could go any direction they wanted with that, as long as there's something in canon to show that the Bothans would give the information that it was happening or being built.
You're the master nerd. I didn't even know that.
No, but it's interesting. But that's the kind of stuff that anytime I see something interesting like that, it's like, that's interesting. So because you always just assume, oh, Bothan stole the Death Star plans.
I'm really surprised we haven't seen more Bothans in the movies.
I don't think we've seen any, right?
It was only mentioned and nothing on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's that purple thing that, or whatever it is that dies in on that planet? On what the hell? The new trilogy, Force Awakens. What is
Force
that?
Awakens? That purple squiddy big eye thing?
That hairy thing that's watching the laser come in and blows the planet up. I thought that might have been a Bothan. I don't know. It doesn't really look like a Bothan.
I can't remember. So,
wow.
It's when they fire off their planet destroyer thing, and it takes out that
circular base.
Yeah. When they take out that planet, and there's one standing on the balcony. I don't know what the hell that thing is. I thought maybe it was a Bothan.
I can't remember.
I know, and nobody wants to go back and watch it.
See, Matt, yeah,
I'm looking for an appearance.
Matt is just as big as a nerd as you guys are. He's amazing.
I've made a
Rebel. Benjamin's like that. Yeah.
I was
mean
looking
that
for
in
my
a
Rebel
good way.
Bothan. I've got a Rebel Bothan somewhere.
Okay.
Wow.
And it's badass. So.
And I will tell you, like, as far as the books, a couple of books that you wouldn't expect are really good. We just started. I haven't read or done any of the audiobooks in the last maybe 8 months. It's been a crazy year. But before that, I was really getting into it. And while I was working or designing or taking photos, I would do either audiobooks or something. Mm-hmm. And it was actually really cool, the books for Battlefront. So Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2.
I'll have to get them.
Like Twilight Company, and I forget the other one. Really, really interesting. I mean, it weren't like stupid, boring, like hyping up a video game book. I mean, it was... Anyway, yeah, I don't want to tell you anything about him, but really, really cool. And it's in the time period that I like. So original trilogy time period.
Nice.
So,
yeah,
but check them out.
That period too.
And then Robin's been reading or has read some of the Alphabet Squadron books, which I haven't gotten to yet. We usually each read a different book, and if we like it, we tell the other person to either read it or skip it, so we're not wasting time reading the same book at the same time.
Nice. I'm doing Shadows of the Sith right now.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's real good, but it's between Jedi and the sequels. So you probably won't like it.
No,
It's
no, I
in
mean,
between, yeah.
Operation Cinder was in there, so Operation Cinder was like 7 years after ROTJ, and that was still.
But yeah, they talk about the origin of Dio and the Shadows of the Sith. So that's that little droid they use in.
Yeah.
Was that Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah. Squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
Dio.
Yep.
I have a squeaky wheel.
Yeah, when you say Dio, I think of Holy Diver, as in Ronnie James Dio. Sorry.
Yeah. I just got a notification from a news thing. With how good the premiere of House of the Dragon was, they already renewed it for season 2.
Oh, I bet it was fantastic.
Yeah,
it really has been.
Yeah,
it started off a little slow, right, because it's setting up, and then it went straight into Game of Thrones mode of just gore and violence. I'm like, there it is, baby.
Well, and you can tell those effed up moments, right? Which is to me Game of Thrones. It's all those effed up moments where you're like, oh crap, you know. And
damn, we got a Bothan.
There we are.
There's a Bothan.
It's Batman. It looks a little bit like Batman.
Oh, those are sick, dude.
Yeah.
So I didn't remember what the Bothans looked like. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it. I just
That's
figured
so cool.
Bothans were just peoples that were just a different planet, you know?
nice.
No, they're furry dudes.
That's amazing.
A race of werewolf men
Yeah.
Kinda.
with the bat ears. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a pretty cool figure.
yeah, it looks
Yeah, it's
cool.
Wow.
No, that's cool.
Since Joel's drinking, I figured.
Yeah, it's a nice piece.
I'm out of drink anymore.
I know everybody's like fading out.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Yep.
So you guys want to call it?
Sure.
Yeah. Good.
Call it a night.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out in the chat and participating and enjoying our little detours here and there. I think everybody's just kind of in that mode. So.
I know, right?
I know.
I was in the sun too long today, so I am like mentally drained.
He's done. He's done.
And congrats on those chairs, man. They look amazing.
I love those chairs.
Yeah, man. Those are
Those are
sweet.
awesome.
Love them. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys are ever in town, hit me up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Rogue One, baby. I'm ready.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for joining us this Friday night. So it was a good time.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
everybody.
Always is. Always is. We have a lot of fun. We figure it out. So.
Oh, yeah, we do. All
Yeah,
right. Until,
peace. Peace.
until then, peace. May the force be with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Guys.
Later.
Bye.